Why?
Huh? I don't know. I didn't like his ass. Loose.
I said I'm loose, baby.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thanks for visiting the show today. Thanks for coming and being with us, Tony, so promptly and punctually. Got a text message about an hour ago today requesting early arrival to the set, and me and the other production guy showed up early, and guess who wasn't here?
I just want to make sure you guys are ready.
And then when I joked about it on the text thread, I got a quite audacious picture of a turtle and a hare racing as if to suggest that he was winning by being late.
When did you get here, Tony?
Fucking 5 minutes ago. And we all got here, you know, not for nothing. I'm cooking 3 kids lunch so their grandmother doesn't have to do it while I'm gone. And I'm like, oh shit, I better tighten this up and haul ass over here. And guess who's not here?
What'd you make for lunch?
Welcome, $2 Tony. I pan fried a bunch of chicken breast tenderloins from corn and broccoli for the kids.
That sounds good.
Yeah,
it
they eat
does.
a lot of shit like that.
No, I'm slow and steady.
Yeah, wins the race, right?
Yeah.
Well, just keep it to yourself. That's fine. It's the prompt to arrive early that got me.
I wanted to get everybody here, get everybody ready.
When did you guys get here?
12:30. When he texted, the time that we all
I told them to be here. I told y'all to be here at 12:30. I didn't say I would be here at 12:30.
And then I actually texted, hey, I might be late because I have like 400 things. So I take my wife to work at 12 on Sundays. And that includes loading up all the kids, driving over there, driving back, unload them, started cooking lunch, get lunch ready so that way when grandma shows up, lunch is ready. You know, I'm not just dropping you a bunch of hungry chitlins or whatever.
The family guy.
But she was taking them out to
I bring money home, bitch. I'm a family guy. Acid
Uncle
Soldier.
Tim's farm
No.
today. Victor's here.
Hey,
Victor's
what's
back here is what's happening. So
What are you talking about?
people that listen to this show may not know, even if you are an avid viewer and listener of the show, you may not know there was an episode with Victor in the very beginning, and we lost it. And we don't know where it is. We still haven't found it. Right?
I have the
The
audio.
sound of metal.
We have the audio.
Oh, we
Well-
could do it for deaf people. Or wait.
We may
Yo, please flesh out that thought process really quick.
That doesn't make sense. But we have the audio for the deaf movie.
Sure.
for blind people.
Yeah.
Songs for the deaf.
For the blinds.
Queens
Yeah,
of the Stone
exactly.
Age.
Great record.
Yeah.
Right?
Talk in the mic.
Your man Dave Grohl.
Not my man.
Yeah.
You know what I found out recently about the Foo Fighters?
What's that?
What?
Played multiple concerts on behalf of a benefit group that alleged that HIV did not cause AIDS and AIDS was not real and you didn't need to take medication if you had AIDS.
What's it called?
The
org.
I forget what it's called, but they the founder of it was this lady. She gave her daughter HIV. Daughter died of HIV. Lady died of HIV. The bassist from the Foo Fighters was like very into this, and they played a bunch of benefits. Had them on their website and everything.
Well,
What was the foundation now to proving that HIV wasn't
doesn't
real?
cause AIDS.
Saying that HIV didn't cause AIDS. Hold on.
I thought HIV was AIDS.
No, HIV is the virus that causes the syndrome of AIDS. If you believe that stuff. But they were AIDS denialists, basically.
I don't think
That
I've
is
ever
an
met
odd
anyone
thing to
with
be.
AIDS.
I've never even heard that.
It's
right?
the group was called Alive and Well AIDS Alternatives and promoted AIDS denialism. The bassist read a book by the founder, Christine Maggiore. They played a sold-out benefit concert in Los Angeles.
When?
2000.
Oh, or
that
way
was a
long time.
while.
We knew about AIDS in 2000.
I know. It's just funny that they've, kind of
removed
brushed
all
on-
links to it in 2003. But yeah, it's crazy. The lady died of AIDS, that wrote this book. It's just
like a
it's just
strange-
pseudoscience shit. It's not on the spectrum of like things that bands have been canceled for. It's not that bad.
Yeah, it seems
Yeah,
like
whatever, man.
a strange sort of thing to I don't know. Jesus Christ. Like, I don't know.
Just it seems like the bass player just read this book and was like, "Dang, AIDS isn't real."
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know. This whole idea that rock stars' opinions matter seems like a really funny thing, and canceling
Well,
them.
maybe they shouldn't fucking mouth off and raise a bunch of money for this group.
These people get famous and rich playing instruments.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Was that a response to his burp?
Oh, it was
I didn't
Jackson's
burp.
Oh, Jackson's burp.
Unprofessional.
Respect.
You can
It's
do it silently.
raining.
God, I love it when it rains.
The lights
in
are
this
going to
house.
start flickering.
I love it when it rains in this house. This house is so old and
horror.
rickety that when it rains, you can like
It
really
is a horror
feel
movie.
it. You know.
We should turn the lights off for the witch, dude. The Vvitch
Bitch.
is what we were discussing today.
All right.
It is in yellow watermelon, and apparently the fact that
Maybe your watermelon
It's-
was cursed by a sorceress.
it was delicious. It would make sense. They were trying to lure me into something with something that sweet, dude. It was pretty incredible. I'm actually can't stop thinking about it. I should have brought some.
Dude, I love
some.
fruit.
Yeah,
And
me
then
too.
when it hits
We eat a
and
lot
it's
of fruit.
sweet, like I bought some plums recently.
Yeah.
Holy shit, dude. Plums are the shit when they're, good.
Yeah.
What makes them good? Speak
It's
on that.
so juicy and just like,
Yeah,
like
not
you gotta
too soft.
do it over
not
the
too
kitchen
hard.
sink.
You're a freak, dude.
It's amazing.
You
And
wear gloves?
hell no.
No.
Dude, I don't even own a pair of gloves in my place.
Good answer.
I
You don't have
clean-
any kind of gloves?
I don't think so. Well,
got-
yeah, but that's my roommate's.
I got this friend that's always got some weird hustle going. He's always found like a ton of product in some weird way, and he's selling it like refrigerators for a while, dishwashers, and he got a shipping container of gloves, of sterile like gloves. And my wife actually, we just went and picked up a box of them this morning because she's tattooed, so she uses them.
Yeah.
It's just
So
funny things.
He's flipping gloves.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know.
How much was it?
He actually gave it to us. So it was a big
Oh,
box,
all right.
and there was 25 cases of gloves in it.
Oh my
of 100
God.
packs of gloves. So
That's a lot.
yeah, but and just to promote the gloves at the shop. So any listeners interested in some rubber gloves, I got you. I got the hookup. I got the plug.
Not interested.
I got the nitro glove plug.
Unless
dude.
I'm in prison and I need to make a fifi.
You know what's funny? Oh man, dude, I haven't heard that in forever. Fifi's that jank, bro.
Yeah. Where did you get this expression from?
Philly.
That jaint? That's John.
John, and then it's basically a variation of John.
Uber gooba
Jane is a variation of John.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe it's a little bit of maybe Baltimore. Maybe I got some
Uber
Wire.
goop doop.
I have been watching The Wire.
That's right.
Doop gooper rooba dooper.
Have you ever watched The
I'll
Wire?
goop your duper.
Would you guys rather talk
what's
about
up?
The Wire?
The Wire?
Yeah.
I haven't seen The Wire, man.
Really?
I have not seen a lot of things.
Okay. Well, The Wire is amazing. We're watching it right now, me and my wife. It's fucking incredible.
Victor is very underexposed to stuff, and it's nice to watch movies
Cinema.
with him because he is very vocal about. He at one point he went, "Yo, that's the witch."
Let me tell you something about this movie, man. I picked it because it's A24.
Okay.
And I remember seeing it once, and I was like, yeah, it was pretty cool. I kind of forgot what it
You
was
saw
like.
it in theaters?
No, I just saw it on streaming.
Okay.
And
I was wondering why you picked this. It's very different than the last movie you picked.
yeah. But,
Robert Eggers' first movie, right?
This is better.
ooh, Robert Eggers. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
yeah.
I like that
Wrote
director.
and directed.
The Witch, The White House, Northman, Nosferatu.
Oh
Yeah.
my God. I love The Lighthouse. And Nosferatu was the shit.
Yeah. Northman is incredible. I think the best one out of those.
I should watch that.
I haven't watched all of The Lighthouse, so I can't really say, but
They're all very different.
I really liked Northman.
They're not that different from one another, but they appeal to me on different. Like
There's
the
a lot
Northman is very
more-
epic
Yeah, a lot more went into the Northman.
for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
So there's some long tracking shots in that are incredible. Can
that-
you imagine getting high on mushrooms and slaughtering a village?
Is that what they do?
At one point, yeah, they go
Oh my
berserker
God. I
mode.
love it.
Yeah, it's pretty
Love
wild.
it.
Dude. That's a fucking intense scene, dude. Yeah, Eggers is my age, actually.
Oh,
Same year. Yeah.
All right.
you guys have accomplished roughly the same amount of stuff.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm sure I'm happier than he is, judging from his artwork.
Maybe,
He's disturbed.
maybe, yeah.
I mean, you look at a guy like Kubrick. I mean, some of the most incredible art ever made in film, and that dude was certainly not a happy person
Eggers never knew his biological father.
Oh, we'll see.
He's like an Edgar Allan Poe
Type deal,
Ooh,
yeah.
there you go. Type deal.
type shit.
He was born in New York and was kind of raised around New England and then ended up in Wyoming. His mother married a professor of English literature, which is how he got into reading, movies, all that sort of stuff.
I used to trip out on Seth Rogen was my same age too, and I'd go down that whole like, man, he's done so much. But then I got older and realized that Seth Rogen's a fucking huge tool. So.
And he's talented.
He's probably very rich.
His
which is
personal
cool.
life seems bad. He's intent on convincing everyone that it's cool to be childless and smoke weed in your 40s, which is
Well, and when I was growing up,
despicable
he
behavior.
seemed very anti-Hollywood. But as I got older, I realized that I was just being fed that idea by Hollywood that there was this guy that was like not your typical, but it was. You know what I mean?
He's annoyed me and entranced me at various points. I started thinking about Superbad again recently, and I think that's a near perfect film.
I love it.
And the fact that he wrote it, the majority of it when he was between like 12 and 15 years old is pretty crazy. Yeah.
Well, that makes sense though. The dialogue is like a 15-year-old's.
Yeah. It smacks. It's a great movie.
Yeah.
But shall we dig into the Vvitch?
Sure.
Sure.
So we
All right,
already
let's
went
do
over
it.
it was Eggers,
Robert Eggers, made for $4 million. This is his debut film.
2010
Pretty cheap.
or something like
15 it came out. 14 it was started screening.
Anna Taylor-Joy.
Anya Taylor-Joy, this was her breakout role.
She did great.
Yeah, she's incredible.
Which is funny. I, really didn't kind of start seeing her till later on in her career, and I just always thought she was weird looking. But when I see her at a younger age, I think she was pretty as young. Like she looks
Super young.
young, but that's how she looks. And when she got older, it looked weird for her to look that young to me.
She's cute.
don't know.
After
I
her
think she's
Golden
odd-looking.
Globe win, someone put out a thing being like, she's the first woman of color to win this award or whatever because she's Argentinian.
She's fucking weird looking.
Yeah, I think her family comes from Argentina.
But as a little kid,
or
it
something.
didn't like, or not little kid, but was she?
She was 18 at the time of the shooting.
Plays a 13-year-old.
Yeah,
But
I was gonna
plays
say,
a 13-year-old.
young girl. Yeah.
I didn't look this up, but I wonder if that's her real butt on screen.
So my wife, I was wondering because it doesn't seem like it. It seems a little thicker than you would expect.
Perchance.
Yeah,
What?
because she
What
just
are we
doesn't
talking
come
about?
across her.
Talking about when you see her ass
in the
cheeks at
final,
the end.
in the end, when she's walking, it looks a little bit more like a
Tony said it was
lady
a double.
that does her. Probably, I would imagine.
For the witch, it was confirmed she used a body double. Yes, she
I
was
mean-
barely of age.
Yeah, the
Barely
Famously,
of age.
famously in American Beauty, you see Thora Birch's boobs, despite the fact that she was 16 when they made the movie. How did they get away with that?
It was the 90s or whenever it was. When was that? 2000s?
That movie, I loved it when
Harvey
I was a
Weinstein.
kid, and now I'm like, that movie's kind of sus.
Yeah, because Kevin Spacey and shit.
It's Kevin Spacey, and it's just also a whole movie about you're supposed to root for this old man who wants to have sex with a high school girl.
Yeah.
And then because he makes the choice not to, it's like, wow, you're a hero. And he's like, my life is so beautiful. It's just something that seems very deep to you when you're a kid. And then later you're like,
It was
this
pretty corny.
sucks.
Yeah.
The witch rules, dude.
Yeah. So my wife got real into afterwards reading about its parallels with history and how accurate it was.
I have a lot on that if you want to.
I figured you
Dig
would.
into
So
it.
because
So-
that was something. And I'll just come out and say it. I don't enjoy this kind of shit at all.
That's fine.
Why?
I just first
do you
of
mean?
all, okay. Now this is gonna cause contention, but when you have little children, watching little children get murdered is not fun. It just upsets you a little bit more than just like a regular horror movie would. Like when you have a baby laying next to you and you're playing with his tummy, and then you look up at the TV and there's some witch emulsifying a baby's body to rub on herself. It's like, what the fuck,
Yeah, it
It
kind of
feels-
throws
feels
you
weird.
off.
right?
That stuff really happens, though.
I can
That shit was
recognize
crazy.
that it was put together well, and that the language is great. The way that they're sticking to the fucking
Very authentic.
very authentic film. The cinematography is incredible. Kind of fucking boring, if you ask me.
Yeah.
but
I agree.
I didn't feel that. I felt that it's. I think that's
Also-
not boring. I think it's
also-
brilliantly paced. But
while recognizing that it's not my cup of tea, I can recognize that it's well made. But I don't know.
It's a bit slow. I agree.
wouldn't-
I don't remember. I didn't remember it. So like when I watched it with Tony and Jackson, I was like, I really got absorbed into that lifestyle, and I said it to him. I'm like, this sucks, dude. I would hate to live at this time period, man.
Yeah.
Unless you were a witch. Gotta be a witch just to live this here lifestyle.
Well, it's all because he gets ostracized from his own community is why he's living in the woods.
Because he got too religious.
Yes. So the opening scene basically shows that he's being kicked out because he is even stricter than the Puritans. And his belief, it would appear to be his belief is that you need to wait to baptize your children until they are of age and understand the principles of the faith before they get baptized. Because later on, his wife is arguing about, why didn't we baptize Samuel? Now Samuel's in hell. The baby goes to hell because he didn't get baptized.
Yeah.
He doesn't baptize Caleb either. He's like training Caleb, getting him ready to get baptized. So he's probably a Baptist separatist from the Puritans who baptized their babies shortly after birth. Do you want to talk a little bit about the history of witches?
Yeah.
Sure.
So here's where we're at today. 21% of the American population believes in magic. They're estimated to be 1.5 million witches in the United States.
I want to know, out of the 21% of the population that believes in witches
And magic.
has been laid or is currently being laid or is in a successful relationship or has a history of successful relationships.
They be fucking witches.
All of them. Are you serious?
Yes, I'm serious.
21% of the American population. How much of that do you think is women, and how many of those women do you think wear rings all the time and definitely get nutted in?
I don't think as many
If you
as
believe
you're
it-
assuming.
If you believe in magic, chances are
I think
you're like
most
a
of them-
festival hippie chick type person, and you're like, we're actually going to do like after
Or
we're
you're
going
like-
to use the semen to prepare.
Or you are like
a concoction.
an overweight
Talk to him. Talk to him.
basement lazy boy.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Okay, you're thinking of those people as though they actually believe in magic. Those people are like,
Actually, I'm a rational atheist, and I know that this is just for fun.
I mean,
Magic isn't real, but it is fun to entertain it and to play Dungeons and Dragons with my friends.
That's a good point. What?
I'm saying magic believers like myself, we get pussy, we get dick.
I'm just wondering if I went to a convention of,
Witches.
Magic the Gathering
believers.
convention versus magic actual witch practitioner.
Okay, and the hippie festival going stone lady. Okay. So maybe I should just say in successful relationships, not just gets nutted in by random people all the time and loves to sacrifice things and loves rubbing gemstones on their forehead and calling it religion, but actually like has successful relationships with the opposite sex.
Probably lower.
Probably a little bit lower. Just wondering.
What's your point?
I'm just making. My point is that
I believe in the magic of love.
perhaps people who are into magic are maybe a little unstable.
You're being like really anti-magic right now.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, do you believe in magic?
I mean, I don't know
What
if
do
I
you
have
believe
time
in?
to
In a young
believe in
girl's
magic.
heart?
I'm too busy being, productive to like think if I believe in magic. Do I believe in like
Ghosts.
What is this?
Let's start with ghosts.
Oh, I have a job, so I don't believe in
Yeah, I think ghosts are real. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
I mean,
Do you believe that people can do spells and conjure spirits?
listen,
Voodoo, like
believing in it and accepting that it may or may not be true is one thing. Making like a big part of my like life and being studious about it and like going to conventions is a whole nother thing.
I'll say, to your point about unsuccessful relationships, the girls that I
This
have,
started out to be a joke, by the way. Now
no, it's a good point. The girls that I have dated that did have altars and sigils and did spells and stuff like that were crazy women, and
Yeah,
they would be like,
and probably
I
hot.
cheated on you because the moon told me to, and fucking shit like
We're
that.
arguing
so.
because Mars is in retrograde right now.
Yeah, exactly. Which astrology, magic, not exactly the same thing. But what was crazy to me, 1.5 million witches. There's like 1.3 million Presbyterians. There's more witches than Presbyterians in the United States. And it's very accepted now. But let's take it way back to Egypt. Heka, the Egyptian god of magic, had a babe with him a lot who had a staff with snakes on it. Where do you see that staff with snakes on it now?
Oh, the DO.
the motherfucking
Like the doctors that practice holistic medicine, right? It's like
and just on ambulances, you'll see the
that's
staff
true.
of Hippocrates everywhere. Medicine used to be indistinguishable from witchcraft. You were doing like, oh, I'm going to make you a poultice or whatever. I'm going to do all this shit. Like
a potion.
that was all thought of as magic. And the root words for medicine and magic are similar. And the people that did spells in ancient Rome or Greece used to be called pharmakides, and they did medicine and poison together. There used to be beneficium, which was using magic to heal, and maleficium, using magic to harm. So we have in ancient Greece, which predates Rome, Medea and Circe are these two famous witches. If you ever read the Odyssey,
Homer?
yeah.
Yeah, but
Classic, dude.
yes, I read Homer's Odyssey.
So Circe is the one where they're all the horny sailors wash up on the land, and she turns them all into pigs.
Yeah.
Oh, she turns them into pigs?
Yes.
Oh, I forgot that part, but I remember them. She was singing all pretty and shit.
Yeah, for
It's
sure.
the siren, right?
And then we get to Rome, and those characters from Greek mythology get translated into Rome too. But Rome has the first like image of the evil female hag witch that we think of now.
Oh, and then we get into like Romania,
No,
So
what do you?
Yugoslavia, like
Sure, but Rome and Romania are not.
the same.
so where does
Aren't
it
you Romanian?
I'm Bulgarian. Close.
Respect.
So where does it come in? Like, why does magic become evil?
Here's your thing. Christianity, basically, is when that happens. But even prior to this, they had this image of like evil hags doing spells at night. So in 331 BC, which is after Christ, but before Rome converts to Christianity, there's this outbreak of disease in Rome. 170 women are executed because they were supposedly doing beneficium, which is the good magic where you make potions to heal people. And what they did was they were like, okay, so take your potion that you've been giving to people. And the women took the potion and they died. And so they were like, all right, all these
Whoa, dude.
healer women, we're executing all of you.
What a fail, dude.
Yeah.
You make a potion that
Or this was,
is-
331 BC. So this is before Christ.
Right, so they make a potion that's supposed to be good for you, but they die from it.
Fail.
Fail.
Yeah, I
what
mean-
the hell was in that thing, dude? Poison ivy?
Rome didn't even become Christian till like what was it 300 BC?
Much
Or
later,
AD.
yeah.
It was
So we're
300
still before Christ.
Yeah.
So then later we have 180 BC. This is 2,180 years ago. This is how old motherfucking witches are, dude.
Yeah. Did you watch that?
5,000 people
Did you watch any
executed.
of that movie I sent you?
No, not yet, but I'll check it
Yeah.
out. Hakan.
It's hard to watch. It's a silent film, and
Haktua.
and the
Nice.
the screen words are Yugoslavian or something, or not. They
Oh, it puts English subtitles over it.
yeah on the bottom. Yeah, so it's like kind of confusing.
Jiggy biggy bagady.
Yeah, exactly.
But you have
That's exactly what it sounds like.
180 years before the birth of Christ, more trials for beneficium. So for people doing magic for good, 5,000 people executed. And then finally Christianity comes along, identifies all power other than God as a cult, and creates its own anti-religion. But obviously we have the witch trials in the Dark Ages. The church needs to regulate this growing immorality. And so it expands these notions of hell. If you read the Bible, they're not in there talking about like, oh, you're burning in a lake of fire, all this shit. That's added on later. And so they come up with this. And the theory is they needed something to keep people from doing this during the Dark Ages, to keep people from like munching their kids, from doing
Really?
cannibalism and like killing their children and stuff.
Is that like a witch thing to eat
were
your
hungry?
kids?
No, but they associated it with witches. And it's, if you look at this like from a sociological perspective, it's like the church is trying to enforce morality. They're like, who can we create as these villains that represent the bad stuff that we don't want people to do, including munching their children? Part of this is like the whole idea of children as being like people also came out of Christianity. Prior to that, like most societies, even in Europe, were looking at kids as like, these are little disposable people that sometimes you
Oh
eat
my
them,
God.
type shit.
What the shit?
Yeah. Christianity conceived of children as worthy of protection.
So it's like propaganda.
Yeah. As a dad, what do you think about that?
I don't want to eat my children. I do like to gnaw on their toes a little bit sometimes.
So you see how it could be delectable.
They're just so cute. You just want to gnaw on them.
Like
How would you
180
prepare
grams
them?
of protein
in a child's foot,
in an infant.
infant foot.
It's like veal.
Or a
It's
whole
like person
infant.
veal.
Dang. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. So I live in the 21st century, dude. I have more food than we know what to do with. So we have the opposite problem.
I like this theory
Too
though
much food.
that children were so delicious that the church had to come up with like this whole system of morality to forbid you from eating your kids because everybody was just constantly looking at their kids like just
No
like
That
way.
is hard to believe.
Yeah,
because
that's hard to believe, but
it is hard to believe because I have a pretty innate like sense of protection for the children that I feel like
Yeah.
is primitive. Like
I think it's there, yeah, but it was.
I think what was happening was
So think about it this
is
way.
we were all starving to death.
Yeah.
And the least useful person got eaten first.
Yes.
okay.
So and
That
maybe
makes
it's
sense.
maybe it's this thing where you have this primitive attachment to the child, but then the society is like, no, you should eat the kid.
Yeah.
So they have to go against that.
Well, here's my take.
And it's and you barely know this one where you got this other one that's
Yeah.
starving. So you're like, I know you more. You've been around longer.
I'm gonna smack your head on a rock and we're gonna roast you.
or make a stew. But what I'm saying is like, here's my take. Another primitive side of it is you see like animals eat their own babies.
All day.
So that is
all day.
Dolphins will, if they want to mate with a female, they'll just murk
kill.
all of her children so that she goes back into heat.
damn.
Dolphins are vicious creatures.
For sure.
Really?
They're the only other creatures in the planet that practice rape.
For sure.
What about ducks?
Yeah. I think a
I
lot
heard
of
ducks do that.
a lot of natural procreative sex among animals is like the babe is not super into it.
Like
Yeah,
cats.
bro.
Cats hate that shit.
But that's
the cat
to
will- your cat will
procreate.
also be
Rape
horny.
isn't to procreate, right? Isn't it?
Yes, you're
Dolphins
correct.
are
So that's a
doing
good
it
point.
Like they're doing it just
for
like,
pleasure.
Yeah.
Ooh, what?
Yeah, that's crazy. Interesting. So in the 1200s, these Arabic texts make their way to Europe, and magic is kind of like rediscovered. There's these accusations of Satan worship. Witch trials began in earnest in 1424 in Spain. These locals were accused of working with bruxas, which are these child-hunting demon hags to steal children and use poison. You'll see the word bruja now is Spanish for witch. That's where that comes from.
Okay.
And around this time is where we get this idea of like this orgiastic, libidinous female figure. And so rather than, we want women to be nurturing, take care of their children. These are rapacious, satanic, horny women who want to fucking eat children. And this satanic anti-religion starts to like gather power. And we have the witches' Sabbath, which is like an orgy for the devil. Also, 1424, women in Italy executed for drinking children's blood and turning into cats.
Okay, and now we get the little infant's blood. That's
Yes.
like
All this is coming
politicians,
together.
how they live,
Taking
man.
humans and turning them into cats.
No, the witches are drinking children's blood, and then the witches are turning into cats.
Oh,
And
I don't like cats. I'm just kidding.
my cat is dying.
I know. I'm sad to hear that.
Did you think about
What?
that when you said that?
I did a little bit. As soon as it came out of my mouth, I was like, God
You're
damn
like,
it.
dang, I'm hating on
Well,
cats.
I have a negative situation in my life with cats right now because my block is covered in feral cats.
Yeah.
and they're torturing my dog whenever I let my dog out.
They're wicked, bro.
They're fucked up, and they all, feral cats are wicked.
Wicked witch.
They're
You know,
an apex predator.
They really are. So check this out. So there was a black cat that walks around that when I look at, for some reason, the guy that owned my house before me put pictures of his house on Google. If you Google map my house, my address, the inside of the house, there's photos in the inside of the house, and there's a black cat in there. And when they moved out, it was a gay couple, and they got divorced. And when they moved out, they left the cat in the neighborhood.
Black
They didn't
magic.
take the cat. So the cat still lives here.
Whoa, dude.
So the cat still lives here.
Witches.
I'm not even fucking paying attention to that. So the cat still lives here.
This is why you don't believe in magic. It's
But listen.
happening all around you.
The cat still lives on the street.
Yeah.
Is now missing a fucking eye.
Yeah.
It's like, and it is haggardly healed over.
Yeah.
Like this thing,
That's badass.
This thing lost its eye in some alley battle in the middle of the night.
Dude.
And
They'll fuck raccoons
has
up.
put like 5 pounds on, which for a cat is huge. It's gotten like very stalky, And it's just like become this like gangster cat amongst all these cats when it was like a gay house cat.
Yeah.
It's like I'm super impressed by this animal.
They go feral. It's like if you let
Yeah.
pigs out into the wild, they start developing tusks. And
Dude,
shit.
it's crazy what's gone on with this cat. But I don't like they shit in my yard a lot, and
They have no respect for humans.
dude, cat shit smells so bad. It is the worst smelling shit. It is so gross. And it's all because the lady across the street is like fed them for years, but now she's sick and she's not feeding them. And she used to take them in and get them fixed and all that. She doesn't do that anymore. And it's this whole thing. So I've been kind of struggling because I love all animals, but
So jumping ahead a little bit, Puritans used to burn black cats. They would literally light them on fire
Really?
to fight the devil. Fucked up.
what about
kitty.
black sheep?
No.
Black
They didn't burn them.
Goats, rather.
They did not light
Black
them on
goats, dude, in the movie.
Black Adam. No, what black? That was that.
fire. Black Phillip.
Philip.
Black Phillip, dude, that goat.
Where's a thorny crown?
I knew he was Satan, man. He was a.
Well, you've seen
He
the
was a
movie.
form of Satan.
He was, yeah.
Well, he's on the cover of the
Oh,
art. So, like,
shit.
when he shows up on the scene, you kind of already know something's,
I have some fun facts about the goat actor. He was a bad boy. They could not control him. The script was supposed to be totally different. And
What, in that final scene?
No, all the scenes with the goat had to be changed because
the Billy.
the goat actor was so bad.
The actual Billy. Yeah,
She was supposed to ride the goat up to the witch's Sabbath at the end, but they were like, "No, this is not happening. You're just gonna walk up there."
They
naked."
obviously don't know Billy. I mean, they're not trainable animals, are they?
Sometimes this guy was a bad goat,
Yeah, dude.
and it's funny because his trainer is interviewed, and she's like, "Yeah, he was great," and then all the actors are like, "I fucking hate that goat so much."
Goats suck, bro.
He injured the guy that plays the dad. The goat straight rammed him and like bruised his ribs or something, and he was on painkillers for like the last couple weeks of the shoot because
Nice.
this goat just fucked him up.
Dude, the farm we were on, because goats make really good like lawnmowers. You can put
Yeah.
them in sections of the
They're
farm.
very popular among early Puritans because they would literally just go and like
They clear big
Trim
lots
everything
of land.
up for
Yeah, but they suck and they piss on everything and they stink and their pupils are sideways.
they have rectangular pupils. Yeah.
Sideways rectangular, which is really creepy. But they also pee all over everything, and it looks like a pressure washer on that fan mode when it comes out.
Yeah.
It's real, and it stinks.
They look
These
demonic. I'll get into in a minute like how goats became.
things. Yeah, and I've never met a billy goat that I was like easy to control. When we would go back in those portions of the farm, we would tie the billy goat off to something. I had a rope set, and I'd get it around his horns, and I'd pull him and tie him to a tree so we could work. Otherwise, he'd just buck us the whole time.
One of my best friends, John Pope, shouts out John Pope. His dad is a photographer, and they'll go every year and photograph this goat show. It's like one of the nation's biggest ones, and yeah, people have trained goats
Really?
that they
I never knew that.
trim them up and
I
make
never
them
knew
look
you
really
could
cute and
fucking train a
have
goat.
them do all this cool stuff or whatever.
This
But
guy's getting it in, dude. You got some calories going, bub.
he's
we need-
munching.
This is a gas station lunch,
Gentleman's lunch.
The gentleman's lunch.
American lunch.
So, moving on, history of witchery. The witch trials and executions spread beginning in 1450. You have this church council meeting nearby the city of Valais where 200 people were executed in a year. And the church council is like hearing about these witches, and then they're going and they're spreading out religion, Christianity everywhere. And they're telling everybody about witches. They're like, Jesus is the man. Also, watch out. Witches are real. And we see the idea of the Sabbath get fleshed out. Now they're talking about dancing in the moonlight, poisons and powders, and this unguent made of baby fat that you rub on a stick gives you the power
So
of flight.
1400 Spain. So you talking about the Inquisition?
No, this is 1450 in Valais, which I believe is France.
So you were saying did the Christians make up the whole baby fat makes you fly?
This is all folklore stuff, so it wasn't necessarily created by the Christians, but it was spread by them. So Valais is part of Switzerland.
So it wasn't part of the witches community like doings.
Well,
they just kind of made it up.
The source that I'm relying on for this book, The Witch, is like talking. This guy's basically like, witchcraft is not real. None of this stuff ever actually happened. I'm kind of like, because his thing,
you're from New Orleans. You got that witch.
and
You
his
got
thing
that-
he says is he's like, all of us witch historians, we're so aware of like all the violence that was done in the name of hunting witches that we would never want to believe that witches exist, because then we would be falling on the same side as these people that did all this bad stuff. And I'm like, that's a bias for you. If you found out that witches were real, you would be like, fuck, my whole life has been a lie. But yeah, the Council of Basel was also held in Switzerland. So basically the point is you have these witch trials going on also while this church leaders are meeting and going out and spreading the word of the church. And like the witch idea just gets very, very spread around. This book is written, Malleus Maleficarum, The Witch's Hammer, which is our source for a lot of this witch stuff. A Guide to the Hidden Process of Witches, tells you how to conduct a witch trial. Basically took all this folklore and put it in a book, which is still available today. 1486.
Oh, damn, dude.
In France. By French.
The Malleus Maleficarum, I don't know where it came out. Somewhere in Europe.
I got a question for you, Tony. So when you were dating these witch B words, did you ever see them perform spells?
Yeah.
Did anything happen? What was the one that was like the closest to you saw evidence of like, okay, she made the potion, she drank it, and she said that when she drank it, you're gonna like.
Okay, I'll give you one. So this was partially my thing. Is I was like, you know how you have a birthday wish every year?
Yeah.
Yeah, before
you should have a birthday curse where you get to curse somebody.
Ooh.
And so what you do is you take your birthday candle, you flip it over, the wax falls out, and you put your finger in the wax and you say like, I curse this person. My homeboy Jareth cursed Vince McMahon of the WWE. Literally 2 months later, he gets fired from the WWE after it comes out that he was like horribly like sexually coercing this woman, pooped on her head during a threesome.
Ew.
And what's more, his texts get released, and his texts are like, I want to see you get ravaged by a big black dick and all this. Ooh. He's like a disgusting cuckold.
Ew.
So it wasn't like he was one of the, cool sex.
There's no such thing as
I know
that.
there's no such thing as cool, but it's not like, oh, he was getting so much ass. It's like, yeah, he was a cuckold. He was wanted to see various wrestlers double team this chick that he liked.
All right.
So that was a curse that I saw work, and then I also saw one of the girls I was with cursed her roommate, and her roommate's life was like already bad and just continued to be bad. But they would do spells for various things. But yeah, not every witch trial ended in execution. The trials lasted approximately 300 years. 40,000 people executed between 1450 and 1750, which is when they kind of wrapped up.
Damn.
200 were tried at Salem and only 20 killed. So we look at it like, oh, there's no way out of the witch thing. If you admit you're a witch, chances are they'll let you reintegrate into Christian society and come back. If you deny you're a witch, you're going to get murked.
Well, they're going to do the witch test, right? Do you float or do you sink or something?
That I didn't really get into that in my research. The floating and sinking thing. It was usually just like, are you a witch? And if you say no, they're like, they torture you until you say you're a witch.
What about the story of one of these Puritan villages that was they thought that weird shit was going on, but it turned out that everybody was just like tripping balls or something.
Oh, hysteria.
So that theory is the theory.
There was like echinacea or something burn or.
I'm trying to remember what this stuff is called. I have it in here somewhere.
Ergot.
Yeah, ergot. That theory is bullshit. It's been pretty convincingly debunked, because the way that the people in Salem were behaving you don't like convulse on the floor from ergot. All this stuff.
Yeah, that whole witch thing in Salem is like a big business now, dude. You go to visit Salem,
and it's crazy because that was a relatively small witch trial in comparison to some of these other ones.
Fucking torture devices in these museums that are crazy though.
Yeah, they would press you under rocks and stuff like that. Famously, The Crucible portrays this. But we have these roots of the witch idea. Goes back to Adam and Eve. Women are more easily deceived by the devil. They have this lust and greed. They submit to him, and he represents the devil as like this figure of anxiety for men, where you're like, the devil's dick is bigger than mine. He's going to come fuck my girl so good that she betrays me and like mushes up our children and flies on a stick and has sex with the devil. So the witch idea is like rooted in this deep, like primal fear of femininity and the mystery of femininity also. We can't see how childbirth
fear
works.
of your woman thinking someone else is cooler than you.
Yes, fear of being cuckolded by the devil, bro.
So I'm watching this really cool documentary this morning called Zeph. And it's the documentary of D. Antwoord. And so
love them.
Ninja and I
Yolandi.
like them. I like them. Do you know D Antwoord?
Who is that?
They're this South African like white rap gangster rappers. And Zeph is a style. And it's like a white trash style. It's like weird mullets, white people with like gold teeth and weird mullets and bad tattoos and shit. It's a whole thing. It's like a whole world.
Okay,
But
like the clown people, insane clown posse.
Sort of, yes.
No.
Sort
Well,
of, but not
South African though.
South African version. And
Insane
much,
clown posse.
much cooler.
It's
in my
kinda
opinion.
cool.
Fuck yeah, it's cool. But anyway, and she's really hot. But so they're totally normal people. This is all like a thing. This is all an image for them.
Yeah.
And he's telling the story of when they met. It was long before they got famous. They actually had a kid, and they were like broke, and they were trying to do music. And he had always wanted to be a rapper. He was kind of like a silly rapper or whatever.
Still
And-
is.
And they were in public, and this guy walked by, and Yolandi was like, "Man, that guy is Zeph." And he had like this stupid mullet haircut and like stick and poke throat tattoos. And Ninja got like super jealous, and that's where Ninja was born. He like created this character because he saw his girl impressed by that style.
Interesting.
And that's what like catapulted D Antwoord. The whole like because their whole vibe is Zeph as fuck. That's like their whole thing.
I think
But
they invented Zeph. Maybe not. Okay.
That's what I'm saying though. So it's funny that you brought this up because that same thing is what that fear of your woman being impressed by something else is very motivating for a guy.
For sure.
Like
And
he invented this whole. He went and got all these ridiculous tattoos. He got ninja tattooed on him, and he got gold teeth. He shaved the head, grew the little mustache on the side, all to be Zeph because she thought it was attractive.
I mean, if you want to think about it, it is also a primary motivating factor for the construction of religion. Is we need to have this code of conduct for women to behave by,
It's
so
all
that they
about-
are good and chaste and obey the rules.
Yeah.
And so that they don't run off and have sex with some other guy or the devil or whatever.
So
they
all
don't-
life is just about trying to control women.
A lot of it is.
Pathetic men trying to control women.
I mean, that's a negative take on it, but it is.
Well, it's more or less driven by deep insecurity in powerful
Yes.
men.
Yes, and I think there's a thing. Camille Paglia, one of my favorite, kind of crazy thinkers, talks about how men are inherently terrified of like the magic that happens within a woman, that they have the power to create life, and you don't know how that goes on. At the end of the day, like unless the baby comes out dark, you don't know that it's your child, and so it gives you this motivating thing of like, I'm gonna lock my babe up. I'm gonna keep her like confined by ideology or literally like confined in my house, because otherwise I don't know for sure that my seed is getting carried on, because some other guy could sneak in here and drop one in her.
Yeah, that's all. Like they say actually that when the baby's first couple weeks, it looks more like the dad.
Yeah.
To like sort of like
So you know that
cure it.
it's
So
your
you know that
child.
it's yours
Yeah.
because there's no other way to know other than
So you don't
complexion,
munch it.
obviously. Yeah.
So you're not like, this is the neighbor's baby, we're eating him. But yeah, so women that lived alone, drank, were promiscuous, all get punished with these witch accusations. And now we're getting to the movie. The Puritans were opposed to the ostentatious presentation of Catholics. They didn't like that Catholics had all the cool hats and the gold and stuff.
Well, that's still pretty prevalent.
Yeah, Catholics still ball out and do all that stuff.
Catholics and Protestants hate each other for those reasons.
Somewhat, but then you see there's some Protestants now that are like, ice on my wrist,
what
private
Protestants,
jet.
What Protestants will say that I've dealt with, because my family's Catholic, but my first wife's family was very Protestant, that the saints, the presence of saints in Catholicism is like sacrilegious because they're worshiping something,
an
other
idol.
than- yeah.
What are your thoughts on that, Victor?
Yeah.
What?
I don't know where you fall on the religious scale.
Yeah. Where do you?
Oh, well, it's funny you say that because right before this podcast, I went to church.
Swag.
I went to a Russian Orthodox service. Because I got invited by my friend from middle school. I haven't seen him in a long time. And
Russian
I was just like-
Orthodox, huh?
Yeah.
Was it like Catholic?
It's very historic. Like I went in there and I'm like, where are the pews? And it's like, there are no pews, man.
Was it in
Everyone was
English?
standing. It
That's
was in
wild.
Russian.
If I had to
Ooh.
stand for all of church, I'm not doing it.
dude, I was
I'm gonna
like
hit the squat.
stretching, and it's a lot of blessing.
You were stretching out the quads and shit?
I was like fucking yeah.
Big time, dude.
I was trying to sneak a zen in, and I did.
You
I
doing
felt
hip
wrong.
swings?
No, but I felt,
Zenning in the church.
it's like a
Hey,
zen.
man. Nicotine is
Ooh.
from dirt. Oh, zen is a sin.
Zen is a zen.
Yeah.
I was zenning in church.
That's
I
wild.
just don't understand why people don't just smoke cigarettes, man. I miss them. I wish there
house
were
of
more
the Lord.
cigarettes around.
So where do you come down on that
Personally.
question?
Religion?
Because I know during the movie you were like, "Oh, this is what comes from religion."
I'm a very spiritual guy, that's for sure. I talk to God all the time.
Swag.
I got like a good established relationship. It's always growing and enhancing. But yeah, like my parents grew up like Orthodox, so we would go to church like Christmas and Easter. We were the Creasters, and then
Good old Creasters.
I was just a little bit like thrown out, and it's like you get to pick, and I didn't. I picked drugs and alcohol to worship,
Boom.
Yep.
and rappers.
Worth it.
Honestly,
Yeah.
Cardi.
yeah.
Cardi B?
Playboy Cardi, Travis
Playboy
Scott. I was looking up to them, man.
Ken
Future,
Carson.
21 Savage?
21,
Destroy Lonely. Yeah.
Destroy Lonely, yeah. But like I went to
Big
church
Mike.
today because it's like I like to go back to my roots. Maybe I'll get into Orthodox. I also like non-denominational. I like those a lot. But I don't know if I'm a Christian. Like I don't know if I can really buy into like Jesus Christ performing miracles.
It's a
I'm kind
personal
of in the
choice.
same place on that.
But
Personal
I know
choice.
God is real,
But-
but I don't know which one.
But technically he performed a miracle on me. Like he saved me from addiction, right? So
If it was him, yeah.
if it was him, like that is a miracle. Like they say in meetings, it's like we're all miracles here.
He turned your wine into water.
Yeah.
Ooh.
He turned my wine into like Celsius and coffee.
I'm with that.
I'm really into that story, which is Jesus's first miracle. He's at this wedding and they run out of wine, and Mary goes to him and goes,
Let's keep the party going.
let's keep the party going. And he says, "Woman, what concern is it of mine?" He's basically like, "Mom, leave me alone." And then he's like, "Fine." And he just turns the water into wine.
That's the first miracle he did?
That's his first miracle. Yeah. Was at a wedding.
That's
He was
kinda
like,
dope.
we need to keep raging. But yeah, so the Puritans are opposed to this ostentatious Catholicism. They're devout. They don't like sex or outside of marriage. One Puritan woman had her husband excommunicated for not fucking her enough.
Dang.
She basically went to the church elders
Talk
and she was
about
like,
pressure.
he's not giving me the dick.
Golly, we were talking about this with Zach. There's a lot of pressure on the man. On the
I would struggle to
sex
perform.
aspect.
Is
Yeah.
it?
Sometimes, yeah.
I feel like there's much more pressure on the man to perform than the woman.
Right, because the woman could just like lay there.
Well, women are the gatekeepers of sex. Men have to like prove themselves in order, first of all, to get it and then to keep it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tracy Morgan says it's like performing at the Apollo. You want to be invited back.
For sure.
And
Dude,
he says, that's what I got this belly for. I come down hard on that vagina.
Oh,
Fuck up your
yeah,
hip.
he uses gravity to
Belly
his
flop.
advantage.
Yeah.
Right. Well, what reminds me of that is dating apps, dude. There is a lot of pressure with the dating scene nowadays. Dating apps suck.
About
So-
to have to get on those myself, it would seem.
No, dude. Like I gotta go in person, and I gotta like be.
Where are we going to
A
meet
real-
chicks?
Well, I practice yoga.
Oh.
So
Bam, that's a great
oh
place
my
to meet.
goodness.
Yeah, and
Beautiful.
shop at like nicer grocery stores is a thing.
How are you going to roll up on a woman at the grocery
That,
store?
yeah. How
With the
how-
Riz, you got to Riz it up, dude.
Oh, you like
I'm
those
just gonna
blue
dial
cheese
on.
curds?
Yeah. There you go.
Mm,
There's a million different ways. The grocery store is a great place to meet somebody.
perhaps.
Church. So here's
Yeah.
the thing. Not that anyone asked me, but my stance on religion is actually quite similar to my stance on organized sports. I don't really have much use for them, but I see their purpose and that the community they create, generally speaking, is pretty positive. It's certainly created some negativity throughout history, but what hasn't?
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
when people go on and on about the Inquisition and they go on and on about the Crusades and all this, I mean, it's basically just government. It's just under the name of Christianity or a religion or whatever. And I think that that's just bad people being bad that exists everywhere, you know. And when I changed my lifestyle, one of the most important things for me was like changing how I viewed the rest of the world as not as negative as I usually did. So it was important, not that I would ever consider joining an organized religion. It's just not for me, but I stopped judging them.
Just like you would never consider joining like the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah, exactly. And not that either one of these organizations would ever consider asking me to join. Sure. But I just, you know, decided to stop like judging, because I used to make fun of football fans too, because I always thought football was silly. You know, I like sports. I like single sports. Like I like tennis. Although I know there's teams in tennis, but I like, you know, fishing, obviously.
Golf?
You know, I don't really watch golf, but that's not because I don't like it. I just never got into it. But I'm just
Boring.
like the sports I do are like outdoor sports. You know, I spearfish and I'll mountain bike and yeah, the archery thing is pretty cool, I think is. But I you know, not judging religion and noticing and recognizing like it's got a huge purpose, and not to mention a lot of like very important people to me take it very seriously.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Yeah, dude, my friend from middle school, he is like super pious. Like he's just like praying. He had his eyes closed and he was like praying, and his like eyes were like squirming around when they were like closed shut. And I was like, dude, this guy's deep into it.
Using religious ecstasy.
Yeah,
like
I mean,
Caleb.
Yeah.
there's very few.
Sweet Jesus.
There's very few such like clear cut, concise paths to like, you know, meaning, right? Like people can have menial jobs, menial personal lives, menial lots of things, but if they have like this faith in this thing that's so big and so grand, they can be convinced that they're having a wonderful experience in life. And who is like anyone else to tell them that they're not?
Yeah, they are.
You know, so
Looking at the Puritans, they basically won the English Civil War. But then Charles marries this Catholic queen, the tide sort of shift, and so the Puritans are like, we want a new Jerusalem in America. Pilgrims moved here in 1620. Puritans moved in 1630. So they were some of the first people to get to the United States. Landed at the Massachusetts Bay Colony. More than 21,000 Puritans took the voyage across the ocean in the next 11 years. And since then have created 16 million descendants. So in the United States, there's 16 million people derived from those original group of Puritans.
wow.
And part of that is because there's these other colonies, like the Virginia colonies and the Caribbean, you know, settlers. They're there to get bread. They want money. These guys are like, we're here. We're making our new Jerusalem. Get to fucking. They
Wow.
have a big focus on having babies, having proliferation.
So how many Puritans are there nowadays in America?
Puritans, that's no longer like a religious.
out?
I don't think that's a religious movement anymore.
Okay.
Their equivalent now would be Amish folks, I guess. You know,
Shout out to the Amish, dude.
shout out to the Amish.
They're kinda dope.
Big time.
that forsake wearing like fancy clothes and
Nicki
having cars and
Minaj
stuff
and
like
Britney
that.
Spears.
Nicki Minaj is not Amish.
What about
No, like worshiping
Oh, they
them.
forsake
what
that.
about
Okay.
like JWs though? Do they kind of fall in that category?
Jehovah's Witnesses forsake certain elements of secular life for sure. I don't think that they're totally in this category.
But they wear tidy whities, right? That's Mormons.
Mormons have special underwear. Mormons
Dude.
are a whole other thing. Mormons are
That
not
shit
Puritan.
is made
No,
up.
well, Mormons aren't Christian,
Mormons are Christian. They believe in Jesus.
but there's this other guy that came and wrote this new
Joseph
book.
Smith is a new prophet. Yes.
Only thing I know about
Damn,
Mormons is what
son.
was in that play. I went and saw that play. And
South
How
Park
was it?
episode about them is also
well,
very informative.
the Book of Mormon play?
Yeah.
It was incredible.
Really?
Fuck yeah. I saw it on Broadway.
How come? I
It
mean,
was because it was hilarious. It was the kind of musical I like. It was great. There's like people would break out in song and dance. That was Josh Gad played the big guy in it. There was a bunch of
Josh Gad.
famous people. I was living in New York that summer.
Hey, forget about it.
We went,
You fucking walking here.
That's right.
but yeah, that was funny, dude.
And there was so
So now we've done a history.
Yeah.
Right.
Within the Puritans, there's also people that are more devout, which is like William, the father of this family. He's based a lot on Roger
We
Williams.
arrive on William.
Roger Williams, the guy that he's based on, was this
Robin Williams? Miss Doubtfire?
Roger Williams. Chill. Don't speak on him. He was an English-born New England Puritan who founded Rhode Island and advocated for the separation of church and state
We're
and
not allowed to
religious
talk
freedom.
about Robin Williams?
Dude, he's passed away.
I love Robin Williams. Old Harry Knuckles, dude.
Me too.
Oh, I'm the genie.
Yeah. Mork from Ork.
Yeah, he hung himself.
God, what
Dude.
a fucking bummer, man.
His last funny joke.
Why you got to bring that?
Hey.
Oh, man. His house in San Francisco on Pebble Beach was like a tourist attraction. It was like so.
Oh, I'm turning
crazy.
blue. I'm like the genie.
Oh, shit.
Oobleck.
Not
Was
my
that
joke.
one in the chamber? Or did-
Not my joke. I stole that from
okay.
Nick
All
Mullen.
right. I was
So-
going to say, golly, that's.
Roger Williams gets banished from the Massachusetts Bay Colony due to his dissenting views, and he establishes Providence Plantations, which later became Rhode Island. So he is the inspiration for this guy. We start watching
Which is
this
funny.
damn movie.
It's funny.
I love the history, though. That's what makes the movie good to me, is that it's so authentic.
So this occurred to me because I saw you the day after I watched the first half of this movie, and I was like, motherfucking fuck both of yous for making me watch this. And then you made a comment about how historically accurate it was. So I did some more research, and I did enjoy the second half as a result of understanding
Good.
what was going on. Because at the moment, to me, it just seemed like somebody was just trying to make me uncomfortable with a movie.
it's not a fun watch.
No, but look, there's like slashers where like bad things happen and Chainsaw Massacre where it's like crazy, but it's also like entertaining. This movie's not very entertaining.
I find it entertaining, but we can agree to disagree.
From an
just like-
unconventional point of view. I guess.
I like that it's well made. It is
Yeah.
a bit of a drag.
But what's the urge to pick this as the movie to be on the
He
podcast?
already said it's because it's A24.
Honestly, because it's A24, and I was like, I've seen this before. I wanted to pick a horror movie because I like horror, and
You like horse?
horror.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to clarify.
No.
Because you were at church a while ago and then you
A lot of
like
those
horse.
yoga babes probably believe in magic. I'm just
Dude.
going to point that out.
Let me tell you something. It's great views, man.
Where do you practice yoga, sir?
Bella Prana,
Bella Prana. I've heard of this
South
one.
Tampa.
Do you ever go to Gaze, Gaze?
I'm considering checking it out.
It's hot yoga.
Yep.
They have a
I do
Swedish
hot.
barrel sauna out back too.
I do hot yoga, dude, up to 108 degrees sometimes. That shit
Hot yoga's
sends
pretty
me
special.
to another planet.
I love doing it in the wintertime.
I want
dude.
to try this.
Dude, I'm
Dude, the hot yoga
dripping
place is
sweat.
it's like 5 minutes from here.
I need a full towel.
Yeah.
That towel is soaked after I'm done.
Everyone that puts their mats down, you got to put a towel down under your mat. Yeah.
Will I embarrass myself by not being able to do the moves?
No.
Nah, bro.
There's a lot of people that
Just
can't do it.
my suggestion, don't leave
Yeah.
from the heat. Don't wuss out.
I'm not going to wuss out. I'm very.
You can stop doing the
committed
moves
to
and
that
just
shit.
sit still.
and just lay down.
A lot of people do that.
Yeah, because sometimes I'm like, I'm about to pass out or throw up.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, I'm going to die in this place or I got to get the fuck out of here, but I stay.
Dude,
Yeah,
hot
I
yoga's
like putting
incredible.
myself through tests of endurance like that.
Shit, dude, at Gaze, they got 90-minute ones, bro.
Yeah, I did a 90-minute hot yoga.
You know what?
Holy
You know
shit.
one of the things I hadn't thought of before. It didn't. In hindsight, it shouldn't have been unexpected. But your skin gets really nice. I was doing it like 3 times a week in the mornings, and it like makes your skin like
Really?
exfoliates you. Yeah, if you
Hell
do it
yeah.
frequently. Yeah, when we were living in this house, because it's right down the street, and we only had one kid, so our lives were a little bit more. We had more spare time, but
I mean,
Taste.
you're supposed to be in the elements a lot more than we are in modern life, I would say.
oh, for sure.
We're AC'd all the time. You're supposed to spend
Well,
a lot of
I'm-
time just being like, oh, fucking baking, bro.
Yeah, well, I'm a productive, real man that has a job outside. So
Yeah, that's good.
yeah, just
I have a job too.
Inside on the computer.
Yeah.
play with people's
fake
poop
job.
for a living.
I have a real job. Sometimes I'm sitting outside in the heat doing social work.
Yeah, you told me you had to do that.
Yeah, I had one last note before we started this thing, which is that this movie was influenced a lot by Nathaniel Hawthorne. Are you a fan?
I don't know if I'd call it a fan. I'm aware of his work.
Scarlet Letter.
Something Wicked This Way Comes.
Oh.
That's not him.
I read that in school.
He wrote Scarlet Letter. Okay.
and Young Goodman Brown, which is a story where a man walks through the woods and meets the devil, and he encounters all the people in town having a satanic ceremony. And then he comes back and he goes to sleep, or he wakes up and he thinks it was a dream, but then the rest of his life he's just like, I don't know if this was real or not. All the people in town, I suspect, are having like secret satanic orgies in the woods.
We haven't been filming for an hour and a half.
No.
Okay.
What are you talking about?
Well, it was just funny. We're like, all right, and now we can start talking about the movie.
No, we're at 50.
I feel like we're wrapping up.
We're at like we're like an hour in.
Well, let me say, this family gets absolutely destroyed by
Get
this
demolished,
witch.
bro.
Like
yeah,
slowly.
and we're introduced. They go
falling
out of the
apart.
woods, and there's like this weird undertone of this guy does not know what the fuck he's doing either.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
So the movie begins with them getting kicked out of the colony because he will not just chill and shut up, and they're basically like, you're too pious, you're too religious, get out of here. And we see the family leaving, and they all look terrified. The wife seems to be on board with this, and there's this great shot of her as they're all holding hands praying and her looking at her husband. She just looks creepy as hell, dude.
But it all goes the exact opposite direction too. She gets into a place later on the movie.
Later on, she's like, this sucks, but
and you're a bitch ass, and I will never love you again.
yes, it cuts. It's like 9 months, something like that later, and they have this new baby. They've built this house, and they're trying to get by, but their crops are failing. And we see the baby get snatched. And as James noted, baby gets emulsified by the witch. The witch rubs the baby all over her, and then she flies off to the moon. And I love that the flight is not this like fast, corny zipping around on the broomstick. It's like her slowly rising.
Okay.
Up.
I didn't even realize that's what it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
When it shows her going toward the moon.
Yeah, at first, like I kind of like caught on later, but yeah, at first I was just like, this is some eerie shot of the moon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then we
all
see
very, cryptically shot and shadowy and all that.
Yeah, he doesn't give you too much, but the scene of her in the hovel smearing the shit all over her is disgusting.
Ooh.
So creepy.
Yeah, and for the listeners too, there's not actual baby getting murdered. In like you don't see any murdering. You see
the baby.
You see the baby. You see a knife, and then you see what looks like a butter churning tool, but with
Oh my god.
Mortar and
yeah,
pestle.
That was nasty.
mortar and
man.
pestle.
Her
Yes, thank
mashing
you.
up the baby.
Yeah, and it's just kind of like that was the beginning of my descent from attraction to the film.
Because you don't want your babies to get mashed up.
Basically,
have they been
yeah.
baptized?
Have my children been baptized? No, we're not a Christian household.
Well, that means that the witch could come get them.
Is that what that is? I thought that
She wants unbaptized babies.
because she wants their souls to go to hell. What does she give a fuck if they're unbaptized?
That makes it so you can fly. If you get a baptized baby and you mash it up, you put it on, you're like, oh, fucking, this thing's not starting.
Oh.
You need it to be an unbaptized baby for the spell to work.
Dude, there's
And
something
you just get on the stick and you're going nowhere. Feel like an idiot.
there's something about
Nobody in my house is baptized. I guess I am.
when I see gore in movies lately, like I start laughing, dude. I don't know why, but I just find it like I'm
You're
like
so
holy
sick and
I know,
twisted,
dude,
bro.
but I'm just like, holy shit, that's so crazy. I saw
Weapons. I
Weapons?
laughed so much during that.
How was that?
dude, that shit was
So good.
bad.
You
I
gotta go
heard
watch
it was really good.
You gotta go see it.
We shouldn't spoil it.
We shouldn't
at
spoil
all.
stuff.
Did y'all go to it together?
No.
No, but I saw it actually the
Opening night?
afternoon
I have to plan
after the
those.
witch.
I basically what I have to do is if I get a slow day at work, I have to go in the middle of the day. It's the only way I can
I do that
justify
too.
going.
I would urge you to try and see it while it's still relatively new, because seeing horror movies in the theater with a bunch of people is a great
Their
experience.
first reaction.
Yeah.
You,
Dude, they're all
get
like,
everybody
what the fuck?
screaming and laughing and all that shit. So
Yeah.
There was a scene in Weapons where I yelled out loud at a jump scare.
I yelled
was
out
like,
loud multiple times in the
was like,
basement. The basement
Yes.
scene, I went,
Yeah,
I had
me
a
too,
funny
me too.
experience. So when the Grindhouse Pictures thing, when Tarantino and Rodriguez did that sort of remake of Grindhouse, we went to a special like pre-screening of that where they did both movies back to back and they showed all the trailers, and it was in Savannah, Georgia, and it was all these like, tattoo covered freaks or whatever, and it was a lot of fun. It was so much fun. It was one of the most fun filming experiences I had ever been to. And then, like, anytime I talk to anybody about those movies since then, they all call them, like, they call Death Proof Quentin Tarantino's worst movie. They think that Planet Terror is bullshit. And when I go back and watch them, I'm like, it is kind of bullshit. But
They're fine.
when I went and saw it in a movie theater, jam packed with a bunch of psychos, and it was like an event, it was like the most fun I had ever had in a movie theater.
Rose McGowan and Rosario Dawson were on the cover of Rolling Stone when that came out.
Yeah.
They looked really hot.
Yeah. Well, they
remember
are
that.
both very hot.
Not anymore.
Rosario
For
Dawson is one of
Rose,
my
Rose McGowan is gross now.
Yes, very gross. She fucking whatever. But Rosario Dawson is probably
She's
like
a banging
all-time crush,
so
top
hot.
5.
Yeah.
Top 5, yeah.
Alexander.
I don't know these people.
You don't know who Rosario Dawson is?
No idea.
It's a shame.
We're gonna have to ask you to leave. Thanks for your time.
Thank you so much, everybody.
You can leave the protein bar.
No.
Speaking of hot chicks, the next scene is Thomason, who's the daughter of the
Just
family.
joking, Victor.
Anya Taylor-Joy. He knows. Stop
Let me-
munching in the mic, though.
Anya Taylor-Joy. Speaking of hot chicks,
While we see Caleb peeking at her titty meat while she's sleeping.
she doesn't even have any testicles. What is he looking at?
Her breasts.
Yes, but there's. Anyway, I get
Look,
that.
he's got two options, mom or sister.
Right.
I thought about that during this. I was like,
And she's having this dream that's kind of like she's either scared in the dream or she's horny because she's like, and then he wakes her up and then tells her to go back to sleep, which is crazy to be like, and then be like, get some rest. It's like she's fine. She's
I
sleeping.
changed my mind. I was enjoying that.
Yeah. You're enjoying what?
No, he says that. He wakes her up and he's like,
yeah.
oh, never mind. I changed my mind. Go back to sleep. You're better looking with your.
And we see the mom crying. We see the corn is going bad. William says we got to go in the woods, and Caleb's like, "Oh, but it's forbidden." And the dad's like, "We need to catch our food since it's not growing."
Yeah, he's like, we suck at this shit. I fucked up. I should have kept my mouth shut.
Yeah.
So there is this whole sort of like ironic idea that this guy was too religious for the village, and then he ends up getting murderized by his entire family by a Vvitch.
Well, what's his sin?
What's the word? It's pride.
Yes. He's too
full of
prideful.
pride,
He
bro.
thinks he can do shit that he can't. He doesn't have any humility.
I honestly though believe he looked like a strong person at the house because of his voice and everything, and he's like, "We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this." But slowly towards the end, it's like, "What are you doing, dude?"
Yeah.
I noticed all he
Like that's
did.
intentional. The casting is intentional.
Chop
right?
wood.
All he did was chop wood.
Yeah.
You see how much wood he chopped, man?
Yeah, chopping
That's-
wood is awesome, dude.
But that's
And
all he did.
ultimately, it kills him.
And then he gets toppled by it.
Oh shit! I didn't even put that
Yeah.
together.
Yeah.
The wood is what kills the guy,
Dude,
The whole thing is like a parable.
he couldn't
Yeah.
catch. He couldn't
One
catch
hair.
a wolf, a hare. He couldn't grow crops. He couldn't do shit.
But
And-
one time we see them
He
getting
was pretty
food and
good.
Caleb gets it.
He was pretty good at fucking though.
What?
He made like
Did he?
all those babies, dude.
Not that many
Okay.
babies. They had 4 babies.
They were twins.
Oh, 5 babies. Yeah.
Yeah,
You just think it's impressive because you have twins.
that's those twins. They always make twins creepy in movies.
We're going to get into those. I hate the twins, dude.
I think they're funny.
They always make twins creepy in movies. The
So
Shining,
twisted, Victor.
Never.
This movie's very influenced by The Shining also. You'll notice that's another story of like a dad being like, let's go, I got this. And then gradually
Yeah.
losing his shit.
Yeah.
But they see this hare in the woods. So a hare is a traditional thing that witches would turn into. There's a famous case of a lady named Isabel Gowdy who confessed to having sex with the devil and turning into a hare. She said about the devil, his member is exceedingly great and long. No man's member is as long and big as his is.
Dude, that sounds painful. Like when it's that long. So it's like,
Girls
come on,
don't
man.
like that. They want a small one.
They want
Yeah, obviously.
motion
Feels better.
in the ocean.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But we meet now Black Phillip, played by Charlie the Goat. The cast hated him. He was either attacking them or sleeping. Any scene where they needed him to be aggressive, he was just snoozed out. And any time that they were like, all right, just do this thing, he would just be headbutting people. And yeah, he butted Ralph Ineson in the ribs, and he had to be on painkillers for the rest of the shoot. So, Black Phillip, what does that sound like? Say it really fast.
Black Phillip, Black Phillip, Black Phillip, Black Phillip, Black Phillip, Black Phillip, Black Phillip.
Baphomet.
What is that?
Baphomet, really interesting story with him, is this like occult god. Is that funny?
Yes.
Black Sabbath.
Blackfoot,
bit of a reach,
Baphomet.
Blackfoot, blah, 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 blah.
That's my original research.
You
but
gotta put.
I say
some sort of
every
sound
character's
effect in there
name.
when you do that.
multiple
if
times.
You can remember to note. Put a like. That'd be fucking hilarious.
Yeah. Riddle this thing with sound
Anyway.
effects.
So this
Boing.
is interesting background on this. A lot of my stuff from this is from this great video on the witch that this guy Nova made. But he talks about how Baphomet, like, part of how this idea got around that, oh, there's this occult god named Baphomet, is that during one of the Crusades, this guy who was there writes down, like, the Turks called on Baphomet, their goat god, and the Turks are saying Muhammad, and he's hearing Baphomet. Like this, it's just this whole thing.
Really?
Of them, they're calling on Muhammad, and he's like Baphomet. They like Baphomet, and there's this traditional thing in Greek and Roman mythology of satyrs and fauns, which are men with goat lower halves,
Goat.
who are horny, who want to fuck
Horny goat.
horny goat, dude. And if you see the Goya painting of the Witch's Sabbath, they're all cavorting around with this goat. They're getting fucked by this goat. Famously, one of the witch's things that they would do is they would kiss the goat Satan on his butthole, and that would give them
Jesus,
powers.
man. That shit
It's
is
so
raunchy.
freaky. Yeah, I know. This
So-
is, you can see in the witch legends, it's just all these sexual anxieties coming
Where did
out.
we read that part? The kissing the butthole. What,
Yeah, wait. I don't even know what happened with this butthole. What happened?
I gotta pull on that thread a little bit.
Wait,
because
wait.
That
So
sounds
they-
a little bit too much like funny.
Ronald Hutton, the witch.
So wait, they kiss a butthole and what happens? They
They
start
get powers
flying
from it. Yeah.
Get powers from tossing demon
From kissing a goat on the ass.
Ew, dude.
They were freaky as hell. So in the script, there's actually a scene of Black Phillip like violently copulating with a nanny goat that's trying to get away from him, where he's just raping this goat basically. But they couldn't get the goat to do it, so it got cut out. But yeah, we see William struggling with Black Phillip, and then he falls in poop.
Oh, okay.
And
Right.
Jonas and Mercy are like the twins are like ha 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 ha, like laughing at their dad falling in poop. We see them singing the Black Phillip song. They're like Black Phillip, Black
They're
Phillip.
being wicked and shitty like the whole
Yeah, they're so annoying
movie.
and creepy. I don't like them. But Thomason helps her dad
gnarly.
undress. That's a little weird. She's like touching on her dad's chest and shit. But
Yeah, dude, that is weird.
the mom wants to know where they were, and Caleb makes up this lie about seeing apples in the valley. And then we have the dad chopping wood, and we have Caleb peeping at his sister's bobs again.
Ooh.
And this time she gives him like this weird hug. In
Yeah,
the script, it says the hug is innocently incestuous. Weird.
Damn, dude, this
That
shit is
seems like
dark.
an oxymoron.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, is incest inherently malicious, or could it be innocent?
Is it primal?
I think if you don't know it's wrong, it's probably
Yeah, and
innocent, but they know
it.
it's wrong.
This is yeah,
And you see this accusation levied at
yeah. Later.
Thomason at the end. Her mom is like, "You slut, dude! You like tempted your brother with your sluttish glances." And I don't think she's trying to do that, but she kind of recognizes like, "Oh, my bro's horny for me," you know,
Yeah.
and gives him a crazy hug. But then we have this scene where Mercy's like, "I'm the witch of the wood," and they're like, "Mercy, quit playing." She's like, "Black Phillip says I can do what I like." The twins are talking to Black Phillip.
Yeah.
And she's like, Thomason, it's your fault I can't leave the yard because you let Samuel get snatched by the witch. And Thomason kind of like clearly has been trained in improv because she's like, does a yes and on her. And she's like, I am the witch. My soul slips from my body when I sleep and dances naked with the devil. Basically like trying to scare Mercy. And then holds her down and is like, I'm going to vanish you or eat you.
Yeah, she goes too far with it.
She does. And she's like, don't tell mom and dad or I'll kill you. And this really like bit of her being mean to her sister sort of dooms her.
But you know what? Like,
Yeah.
I can also see that, like, what if she got, like, overtaken by, like, the witch?
In
a
that scene?
Yeah, and that wasn't her. Like, she just
Interesting.
got, like, brought up. Like, the witch did a spell on Thomason to make her do it. Because she
It is
pushed
kind
it
of
too
out
far.
of character for her, yeah.
Well,
Pushed
but
it
no, but
really.
that's
It
a
didn't
good-
look like a lesson.
But something I was thinking about was what you touched on, like how she's kind of innocently, incestuously hugging her brother, and then that torturing the twins the way that she does. And then, when we get in the end, she embraces the lifestyle.
She's kind of
Throughout the movie, you see those character traits poking through. Like it's almost a foreshadow.
Like she's on the edge of religion. She's not really with
she's
it.
already got a little freaky deaky.
we start off with her seeing her praying, and she does say like, I violated all the commandments in my thoughts. So
Yeah.
I think she believes in God, but she's also seeing like this belief fail around her as her parents fail at all this stuff, Mm-hmm. And she's witch curious. Let's just say that.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Because of the, in the end.
Yeah. And Catherine asks Thomason what she did with her silver cup, which we found out that the dad sold her silver cup to buy these traps so they could get some food in the woods.
And he fails, dude.
Yeah.
Can't catch anything.
He sucks. But Catherine's mad at Thomason. She's like, did a wolf vanish that too? Basically saying like, what did you do with my baby and my cup? They suspect Thomas had did something bad with this baby. And then Thomason goes out and finds the hair is in with the goats. The creepy witch hair is there. This is the scene where Black Phillip was supposed to be humping one of the goats, but they couldn't make him do it.
But Thomason went with the little kid. What's that kid's name? Colby?
In this scene, she's just going out there to put the goats to bed.
Oh, okay.
Later, she goes out with Caleb. But then the parents are in bed, and he's kind of like, God brought us here, and he's trying to humble us. Jesus won't love us unless we're humble. Without humiliation, Christ will never be sweet to us. And the mom is like, we're fucking cursed. We should have never left town. Didn't God send Christ into the wilderness to be ill met by the devil? Basically being like, the devil is here. We're cursed. We're screwed. This is all your fault. And the kids over here, the mom saying, we need to basically sell Thomason into slavery for another family. Kids are all awake listening to this.
Yeah.
So then Caleb gets up early. He's like, I'm going in the woods. I'm going to get us some food. That way you won't get sold, Thomason. She's like, let me come with you. And they go in the forest, and it goes very badly.
Freaky, dude.
Their dog runs off after this hare. Horse fucking flips out. She ends up on the ground. And then Caleb is like walking through the forest praying. He finds their dog disemboweled. And then Caleb runs into the sexy ass witch.
Yeah.
She's done a glamour on herself to make her hot. I looked up who this was because she's so banging.
Too. She wasn't in many things.
Well, no, she's a model.
Yeah.
She was a Victoria's Secret model at
Wow.
age 18. Sarah Stevens.
That deep of a dive. I just did an IMDb.
I looked at some swimsuit videos of her. I'm not ashamed.
videos.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It's her laying on around in a swimsuit, walking around, enjoying the weather.
There.
It's research.
Exactly.
I don't watch pornography, so swimsuit videos about as close as it gets.
You know,
I don't.
Since I've noticed, since I've stopped with the pornography, certain advertisements for lingerie catch my eye, my gaze a little longer.
For sure.
Yeah,
man.
dude. There's so many things that can trigger me to go into. I've been trying to quit the P word.
Stop trying.
The nog.
Do it.
Yeah, man. There is no try, dude. There is only do or do not do. Yoda said that.
Fun fact, this actor's first kiss is with a swimsuit model.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah. But
Colby.
So
Getting some
Caleb's-
action.
Caleb.
Caleb.
The actor is Harvey Scrimshaw.
Harvey.
Grimshaw. What else is he in?
Papa.
Nothing. This was kind of the peak of his career. I looked it up.
Well, so far.
I mean, it's been 10 years. He hasn't really popped off.
Got 10 to go.
It's unfortunate. Anya Taylor-Joy, meanwhile, is like A-list star now.
She's very famous.
She's in everything.
Mm-hmm.
She's in the new Dune movie.
Super Dune movie.
Yeah.
There's like 2 Dune movies.
Oh,
And
I thought
she's
you
in-
were saying like there was another one coming.
There's
out.
another one coming out.
What is it
Wow.
called? Part 3?
I think they're just calling it Dune Part 3, but it's based on Dune Messiah, which is the second book.
Really?
Which features...
God damn it! I love the way that the Dune story ends, though. There's more to it. Obviously, yeah. And the HBO did a show, but isn't that like a pre?
It's a prequel.
Yeah.
But she plays...
I just love the idea of him turning into like exactly that.
She plays Paul Atreides' sister, who, interesting through line in her career, he's horny for.
So
He sees her bobs while she's practicing with a sword.
Is a
Incest
typecast
queen. Yeah.
incest.
Yeah.
Sure. That's pretty funny.
Thomason ends up back at home. He's like,
What are your thoughts on incest, Victor?
That's fucked up, man.
Okay, good answer.
why?
Why? Because, dude,
Because it's against nature?
First of all, it's not like morally right, but let's put that to the side. Look at what happens when you make that baby. Like, it becomes messed up.
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
What are your thoughts?
I'm opposed to it, just to be clear. I'm just playing devil's advocate
Dude,
here.
I feel like incense is really, really bad.
Yeah, me too. But if you're trapped in the fucking woods and the only babes around are your sister and your mom, you're probably going to get horny. You're probably going to go kiss a witch.
I get. Well, yeah, kiss a witch, not your sister. I'm trying to fuck a witch.
Kiss a witch, not your sister.
That's a
my
good
name,
t-shirt.
Victor. There
Take
you
a
go.
picture.
There you go, dude. Spitting the bars. But yeah, Thomason ends up back at the house, and Catherine's like, "Why the fuck did you go to the woods?" Will confesses, "I stole your cup, and we set some traps out there." Will wants to go looking for him. Catherine slaps him in the face. If I was a Puritan man back then and my wife slapped me, bro, I'm gonna chop some wood.
That was good, man.
That's what he does.
That's all
That's
he
what he
does,
does, yeah.
dude.
Yeah.
Every time he wants to go back to town or go looking for, like, go out into the woods and do something, something
chops
goes wrong
wood.
and he ends up just chopping wood. But Caleb shows up naked in the rain. He's got these marks on his face where
Dude,
the witch bit him up and hickeyed him, basically.
He got fucked up. He got AIDS, or he got herpes for sure.
Yeah, the witch gave him the herp. They, like, do some bloodletting on him. William is just chopping wood in the rain. Mercy's talking to Black Phillip, and he tells her that Thomason put the devil in Caleb.
So
And
now we got all these accusations starting. It's like
exactly.
the family's just getting
The
ripped
family's
apart.
falling apart.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
There's this great
Sad.
scene. So Caleb's basically passed
Quite
out.
sad.
But there's this great scene where Catherine is, like, talking to her husband, and she goes, "I dreamed I had when I was a little girl, Thomason's age, I had a dream of being with Christ on earth and being so ravaged with Christ's love for me, far exceeding the affection of the kindest husband. And I fear I'll never feel that same measure of love again." Basically being like, Christ dicked me down in my dream way better than you ever could. Why do we think she says this at this point?
Well, no. Okay. It's
Supposed to be sexual.
You think so?
Yeah, he ravaged me with his love.
No, I think that's just the sort of old English language. I think what she's conveying is I felt what real love is supposed to feel like when I thought of God as a child, and you don't give that to me. And and even if you ever did, I don't think that you're ever going to give it to me again.
Maybe.
And she's saying because that baby died is why.
Sure.
She's like, I think I'm fucked. I don't think I can ever love anyone again. And I felt love before, and I know what it feels like. And his response to me is pretty funny. He's like,
You'll get it in heaven.
yeah, and basically just like, all right, I got shit to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I
I'm not here
agree.
to love you anymore.
I agree with James because, like, she was just, like, ravaged with his love. Like,
Yeah.
it's like she felt pure ecstasy, like a good sort of ecstasy, like 100%
Pure Molly.
all love.
Sass.
You know what I mean? Not sex, dude.
Sass.
Just like
Sass Molly.
like innocent love.
Yeah.
Dude.
Triple stack. She was rolling.
She was rolling, dude.
Yeah.
So Caleb.
Sober.
Yeah. God's love is better than any drug, bro. I'm off a triple stack of God's love in
That's
the,
what
in
I'm
the club, grinding my
Yeah.
teeth, eyes rolling back in my head. Got Vicks Vapor Rub smeared all over my face.
Holy Spirit, dog.
I'm dancing. I've got the finger lights on.
Wait, what's
I'm
with the
giving people
Vapor
light
Rub?
shows.
What does it have to do with the
When you're rolling, it makes you feel crazy. If you have Vicks Vapor Rub all over your
Oh, because it's like
face. Yeah.
sensitive.
It's just a thing people do on Molly.
Jeez.
Back in the rave scene, you weren't around for that shit, young man.
Nope.
Caleb wakes up and this shit that he's saying is like a direct quote from this witchcraft case, the Liz Kelly case. Get the broad axe and cut off her head. Get the narrow axe and cut off her head. She's upon me. She kneels on my bowels. She twists my stomach. She's pinching me. Sin, sin, sin.
That is a wild dialogue.
Yeah.
Yeah. And getting a young man to do that, I was pretty impressed.
So
yeah, it's like, how do you get? Here's a little sidetrack, but like, how do these child actors do this stuff that get in all these rated R movies? Like, how do they like do that?
I
dude?
wondered that about weapons because there's a very gory scene with some kids.
Their parents pimped them out.
This
They're
scene
like, do it.
specifically, though,
And they sign all the paperwork. They sign all the waivers.
Eggers talked about how they didn't let this kid know that there's sexual subtext to this scene. They just practiced it with him. They're like, this is just what you're doing.
Yeah.
They weren't like, you're horny.
That's the other thing.
They worked on it with him and his dad.
Yeah, they probably.
He was not
that's-
getting
That's a
pimped.
good point. They probably do that a lot. They probably don't
think so.
really disclose the
What's
like
up?
undertones. Yeah,
The
they're
context.
just like, here,
Because
just
he doesn't say anything explicitly sexual. It's
Yeah.
just kind of the way he's moving and the way he touches his lips. But we see him puke up this rotten apple.
Yeah.
I thought he was gonna puke up an
testicle.
eyeball.
I thought it was a testicle.
Well, you know, there's a thing not in the Bible, but like in kind of like Christian extra folklore that when Adam bit the apple in the garden, which also doesn't say it was an apple in the Bible, it just says it was fruit. But when Adam bit the apple in the garden, part of it he choked and it stayed in his throat. Which
That's in
is
the
why we
Bible?
have this is like Christian folklore since
Okay.
then, but that's why we have
Adam's apple.
yeah.
Wow, I'm learning so much today.
But Catherine observes this apple getting puked up fully out of his mouth, which is crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty.
This is like, obviously there's really intense gore effects and stuff in other movies, but like this being such a small thing, like I remember the first time I watched this just being genuinely like, what the fuck, and being terrified, and then seeing it as it was a rotten apple, just like chilled me to my bones.
Yeah, it was pretty
It's
trippy.
very suspenseful.
Yeah, it being an apple was worse than it being a testicle or an eyeball or something.
For sure.
Why?
Or an organ. Because
it's
And it
Huge.
represents this lie that he told.
and like yeah. And there's just something. It was to me. It was just like, oh fucking rotten apple. That just felt. Yeah, it hit me in the pit of my stomach.
Yeah, me too.
And
And then he
Kath,
died, and I was
Yeah.
like, that's fucking great.
and so
Like,
now this is the first time the parents are recognize that there's some witchy shit happening. Catherine goes, he is witched, and Mercy and Jonas spill the beans. They're like, Thomason's a witch. She did all this stuff. She said she was a witch. She made the goat milk blood, which we didn't talk about, but Dad makes her kneel. He's like, do you love Jesus? Do you love praying? She's like, yes, 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 I do. And they go to pray the Our Father over Caleb while he's freaking out. And Mercy and Jonas are like, oh, I can't remember me prayer.
Yeah, and then they start wiggling around like worms. What's up with that? Because they be talking to the goat.
Because the goats, I mean, we can debate at this point whether they're just trying to get Thomason in trouble or whether they're actually bewitched. I think they're fucking bewitched, dude.
I think they're bewitched.
And
because this goes with my point with Thomason back then, like being taken over by the witch and scaring Mercy. Like, I don't think they were messing around. They're so young, dude.
And I think that the
They're
devil,
they're like,
the devil, Black Phillip, wants her to get this accusation put on her so that she'll eventually get pushed to this point of desperation and become a witch. So, and also this scene is so chaotic, but Mercy and Jonas are like, wow, I don't remember my prayer. She's yelling at them. She's like, you wicked, evil things. She's pissed at them. She thinks that they're framing him, basically. But Caleb is like, she's upon me, a raven, a great black dog. And then he's like, Jesus. There's this switch where he's like, Jesus, there.
Yeah.
Kiss me, my Lord, with thy lips. And he goes like that. He's like, take me to thy lap. And then he's like, collapses, kind of Christ pose, and dies.
oh. Yeah, he had a bunch of DMT release in his brain, dude.
I forgot to mention. Yeah, he goes from being seeming possessed to then like being.
Seeing God.
Yeah.
Because he got sent to heaven because he was practicing his good practice.
Do you think so?
That's
Or
what I think.
the mom doesn't think so. She's like, he's damned. Satan speaks scripture too. So we could debate that, I guess.
Yeah, I'll debate it. I mean, throughout the whole movie up until he dies, he was practicing his good faith. He was answering all the history answers that his dad was giving
Catechism
him.
his dad's getting him.
Why
yeah.
does his
He
mom?
was more heroic than the other characters.
Why does his
Yeah.
mom think that he's damned? What is her reasoning?
Because he just puked up a fucking rotten apple.
Okay.
Well, it's not his fault. He got lost in the woods.
You know, maybe she's stupid because like if he was damned, it would have stayed inside of him. Him
Maybe.
puking it up is him his physical form rejecting it.
I like that.
In any case, Catherine's like, he's damned, and the husband is
I
like,
think Team Salvation wins that.
okay. The husband is like, he just, spoke Jesus' name, and she's like, the devil speaks scripture too.
Yeah.
That's what made me think he's probably damned. But Thomason tries to touch him after he dies. Catherine's like, get away. She runs outside. William gathers her up in his arms. He's like, oh, the farm could have been so swag, but it's not. And then he's
your
like,
fault, mother.
he's like, you're the witch. Caleb disappeared with you. You stopped the children's prayer. Just tell me the truth. And she snaps on him. She's like, you planned to rid the farm of me. You were going to send me away. You're a hypocrite. You let mother be thy master. You cannot hunt. You cannot grow crops. All you can do is
Chop wood.
And that's when he goes,
yeah.
bitch.
Yeah.
Dude, but I love that part when she called him out on that. I was like, dude, she's right. This guy can't do shit.
We can't really blame her too much for, like, she really gets set up for what happens in the end, which you just kind of see the devil like working through this movie to get a new witch, to get a new bride to come hump with him. And she's like, no, Mercy and Jonas are doing this. She says the adversary often comes in the shape of a he-goat, and he whispers. They spend all day talking to Black Phillip. Mercy herself told me she's a witch of the wood. So she's now producing all this evidence against Mercy and Jonas. And William grabs her by the throat and drags her inside to tell Catherine. And she's like, Jonas and Mercy made covenant with the devil in the form of Black Phillip. William's yelling at the twins to wake up. They're like laying down, heavy breathing. And he picks Jonas up by the throat, basically threatens to kill him. He's like, get me the bell hook. I'll smite him like Abraham. And Jonas is like, ah, wakes up screaming. So finally, William boards them all up in the goat barn. Was this a good decision?
Perfect, dude. What a great idea. Another great idea by the
Fucking
dad.
William, dude.
Dude,
Yeah.
let me tell you, this is why I'm so passionate about this dad. I feel betrayed because in the first half of the movie,
You thought he was the man.
I thought he was the shit.
They really do pull okie dokie on him, dude.
And when I first watched the movie, I thought he was the shit for like the whole movie. I kind of oversaw that he was fucking up. But now I'm like sober and I was looking at it. I'm like, dude, this guy fucking sucks.
He sucks the whole movie. He tries to shoot the hair and the gun just blows up in his face and he's like, ow.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, he's getting played by the devil and he should have just stayed with the fam, bro.
You think he's being played? Everybody's getting played by the devil. Like everybody's.
Well, the devil being inside of him. I mean, his ego. That's
devilish.
his pride is the devil.
And we have this scene
it's
now of him confessing that.
Yeah.
He's chopping wood and then he falls on his knees and he's like, I'm infected with the filth of pride. This is my fault. Dispose of me if thou wilt, but retain my children. They cannot tame their natural evil. I lie before thee, a coward and thine enemy. I will eat of thy dust. He just starts eating dirt. Nasty ass.
And it's too little, too late.
For sure.
Way too late, dude.
Because as this is happening, his wife is about to get fucked by the devil. She has this dream. She sees her kids back. Caleb's holding Sam, and Caleb whispers to Catherine. He's like, "You would see us often. You would see us often. I have brought you a book, mother. Wouldst thou look at it with me?" Because this is a whole thing in the mythology of witches signing the devil's book. And she's like, "Yes, I'd love to, but first let me feed Samuel the baby." And we see that while thinks she's suckling the baby, there's a raven pecking at her titty.
It's pretty hardcore.
Yeah, that's hardcore.
And we kind of see that the witch can be in two places at once, because we also see in the barn the damn witch is feeding from one of the goats.
Yeah.
And we get like our first kind of good look at her face when she turns and she's like, classic witch laugh.
I love it.
And classic witch face.
Yeah.
Which I was a little surprised. I thought maybe they'd, but.
And this next scene is probably my favorite in the movie. I love shit where it's like somebody waking up and everything's screwed. I don't know how to explain it, but like that first light of morning coming in, you're like, what's going on? And you wake up, you're like, okay, my wife's titties are bloody. My barn is destroyed. My goats have been eviscerated.
My children
and
are
my
gone.
twins are missing. And
we never knew what happened to the twins, man.
I think they're probably dead, bro. They probably mash them up, and that's what they're flying with at the end. They
That's exactly what my wife said. She
good
said
point.
Because
they're unbaptized too,
and their blood was on her hands. Their blood was on her hands. The mom points that out.
We don't know whether she participates in it, but Thomason's just like passed out on the ground, and
I mean, I don't think she participates because I think she was trying to stop it. But because then it takes away from the reveal in the end.
I think so too.
She finally actually is like, all right, fuck it, I'm down.
I think she's just there, and they get, the goats get fucking destroyed, and the kids
dad
get
gets
kidnapped
killed right away.
And then the dad walks out, and we have this great jump scare of him just getting gored by Black Phillip.
And this pile of wood falls and kills him. And
Yeah.
that's
All of his
I did
hard
not
work.
catch that. Yeah.
And he says, corruption, thou art my father, which is a quote from Job. in the Bible. Do you know about Job?
Yeah, well, she even comments. The wife comments that she is as Job's wife.
It feels like Job's
earlier in
wife.
the
Yeah.
movie, which is all pretty not. It's not. This is not a similar story to Job. I could see where they would
Not really.
attempt to draw a parallel between themselves and that, but Job was being tested by God. This is just evil.
Yeah, this is Satan. We don't see God in this movie, dude.
No.
It's all the devil, bro.
Okay.
And Catherine comes out. Her husband's dead. She's got the witch in her a little bit, obviously, because the damn raven was picking on her titty, and she's come screaming out. So we kind of see, like, my theory on this is that the witch also makes you accuse other people of being a witch.
Yeah.
Or the devil does. Because she comes out, she's screaming at her daughter. She's like, "You bewitched your brother, you common slut. Do you think I did not see thy sluttish looks upon him as any whore?" I didn't realize slut was like
That
people
old
were calling
word.
people were getting being sluts way back then.
Yeah.
Was it though?
Yeah.
Did you
This is
fact
all
check
fucking
it?
period accurate. Yes.
That's the thing. Yeah, this movie boasts period accuracy. So why would they fucking?
Okay, yeah,
that
yeah.
one word. Like, we're gonna be 100% accurate, except we're gonna throw the slut word on.
No, I think that I think slut is probably Shakespearean even.
So the mom goes in hard on our
Tries to choke Tommy out. It's really sad.
Protagonist.
Thomason's going, "I love you. I love you."
and then she grabs a knife and stabs her right in the noggin.
Yep.
Dude, this is a bleak movie, man.
I love it.
And then in the end,
She passes out. She takes off her
Oh,
Puritan
yeah.
garment. She's kind of like shedding the vestiges of Puritanism. Puts on like a shawl, passes out at this table, and wakes up. And she walks to the barn with a candle. And I love this scene of Black Phillip out there. And then he sees her and he's like, "All right," walks inside.
yeah,
He's basically like, "Come on, let's do this. I've been waiting for you."
and then he personifies.
Yeah. She goes, "Black Phillip, I conjure thee to speak with me." And it takes a minute. We're kind of like, "Oh, this might be bullshit." But then he's like, "What dost thou want?"
Yeah, and then he's V from V for Vendetta.
He looks a lot like him, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, he looks like a nobleman maybe, but
yeah.
what dost thou want? Butter, the taste of butter. A pretty dress. Wouldst thou like to live deliciously?
Deliciously.
Crunch Wrap Supreme. Cheesy Gordita Crunch. Wouldst thou like to live, Moss? This being tempted by T-Bell.
And so she goes out, walks out, and throughout the film,
He makes her get naked. Remove thy shift. And then she's like,
And
"Do you
throughout-
see a book before you?"
throughout the film there
Fire.
is a repetitive shot of the forest from their vantage point
Yeah.
with that huge pine tree in the middle, and then they show that, and now she's walking into the forest, and the booty, and it ain't her booty, it's a nice chunky
Of
booty.
age, but
Of age.
Yeah.
And it's definitely it's more hippie, more hips, more
I mean, we don't see her at any point to be like, "That's not her ass."
But
she's wearing a damn
I
sack for
was-
most of the movie.
That double looks taller too.
yeah, but she
Maybe.
looks she's a thin lady.
Sure, but
And
I mean, she's
I
not
was-
eating good out there. She's not
And then
getting three square meals.
And then there's a circle.
Wait, but I wanted to say, she's like, "I can't write my name," and he goes, "I will guide thy hand," and then
Yeah.
it's boom, smash cut to her walking into the forest.
Yeah,
Like, you don't see
yeah.
her writing her name. It's just like boom. Maybe implied in there, in between there, she like fucked the devil, and now she's walking into the forest.
I don't like that. I don't like the whole like fucking the devil thing.
Well, that's where this is where I have this is where I have the thing about crawling backwards and
How
kissing
do you
Satan's
feel
anus.
about
Osculum infame is what that's
Adolf
called.
Hitler and the devil being in a gay relationship?
Definitely. Adolf kissed the devil's butt to get his powers of persuasion.
Ew.
Well, it's
I don't
Saddam
know that-
Hussein. What about Saddam Hussein rather? And
You're talking about South Park.
South Park, yeah.
No.
I don't
No?
know, dude.
Saddam was cool.
I don't know about that.
No, dude.
Saddam Hussein was a dictator, so definitely
When
a
he
bad
came into
guy.
power in Iraq, there were like people that had opposed him, and he made the other guys that were on his team kill them with machine guns.
I know.
He was like, "To prove your loyalty to me, you have to massacre these other people." Yeah, he might have had sex with the devil.
Pretty, you know.
Yeah, the
Bad
movie ends. We
dude.
have this witch's Sabbath. Black Phillip's there. They're chanting. The stuff that they're chanting is from the 11th Enochian call. Enoch, The Book of Enoch, Jewish apocalyptic mystical book written between the 3rd and 4th century BC or AD.
Enoch's in the Bible too.
No.
Yeah, Enoch's in the Bible.
Let me see.
So what do you got going on? What have you been up to this weekend, James?
Enoch is a significant figure in the Bible. I was wrong. What are you doing?
I had a best friend named Enoch when I lived in Savannah, Georgia, and I few conversations with him about the origin of his name. So I was just and waiting for you to ticky clack, clicky clack over there and catch up to speed that Enoch's in the Bible.
Should I just start beatboxing? Anytime there's a moment of silence, you're like,
yeah, man, we gotta fill that spiritual dog.
So you're right. Enoch's in the Bible,
there's
but
all these naked ladies.
The shit that they're chanting is from this Enochian language that this guy in the Renaissance period, John Dee, was an advisor to Queen Elizabeth. And it was basically like, I'm talking to angels.
John D's nuts.
John Dick.
All right. We need to wrap it up, I guess. We're getting to that point. Their system, they have this language system that blends Judeo-Christian and occultist beliefs. But that's where this chant comes from.
Oh, okay.
Because it would be period accurate.
No,
they
I
know
mean,
about
it's
this.
cool. And then, they all start flying. And then she starts to fly.
Yeah.
Hell
and we
yeah.
see, I think it's kind of implied that like, because also you see the witch when she's flying earlier in the movie, she's flying really slow. The flying isn't about like, oh, I'm going to get from point A to point B. It's not like a commuting thing. You like, when you're flying, you feel really good.
Yeah, it looks
like they're like coming, dude.
Yeah, it looks like it might be worth it.
Yeah.
It kind of looks like when you're feeling the love of God.
Sure.
It's like the other side, but it's the same feeling.
And this shot at the end is very similar to a lot of art portraying Christ ascending into heaven when we see her.
right.
Ascension art, huh?
Because
Yep.
think about it.
That's
The
interesting.
devil was a fallen angel.
Lucifer, the light bringer.
So there's a lot of similarities.
For show.
Would you say that this movie, which would be a more accurate portrayal of the witch mythology, this or Hocus Pocus 2?
This would be
Okay.
I've never seen Hocus
Hocus
Pocus
Pocus
2.
1 or 2.
Okay. What about practical magic?
I haven't seen that. Haven't seen The
Sandra
Craft.
Bullock. Oh, The Craft is another one. Okay, that's pretty much. No. I feel
spent.
this conversation changed my opinion a little bit.
Tell me
Really?
how.
Yeah.
Well, just anytime we do this, Victor, anytime we do this,
The Vvictor.
yeah, I don't know. I get to like, first of all, I'm a big time sympathizer. I'm always trying to like
You're a simp.
connect with people. Sure.
Not a pimp.
Open mind.
So when I hear like opinions, and generally speaking, no one has yet to, which I'm waiting for somebody to pick a movie that they hate.
Would be a cool move.
That they hate.
No.
But usually it's because the person likes it. And usually when I don't like a movie, Tony really likes it because he's into like the Cronenberg movie, like I'm not that I hate it. And the conversation on Dead Ringers made me like it more because then I learn more about it.
Yeah.
And then I get to have this cool conversation about it. And, the fact that this writer, director, did so much fucking research and was obviously like obsessed with the cult and the witchcraft thing that, it's impressive. Just makes it more impressive. I'll never watch it again. I'll never recommend it to somebody.
Okay.
And specifically people, and I know it's like a thing but my wife did say the same thing. She was like, and you say this when you have kids, it's hard to explain to people that don't have children what it feels like to have a child and how it because I remember,
push it out of your pussy?
well, or that, or to be, to just like the way that you perceive it and how it, because I remember being younger and thinking like, it's just art. I don't give a fuck what it is, but it doesn't register like that. When you're like,
I very much respect that. People who are like,
baby.
I don't want to watch, because that means you're actually engaging with it. You're not just like scrolling on your phone while it's on in the background. You're like, oh my God,
Yeah.
she's mashing up the baby. And you're like, oh no.
this fucking close to turning it off, dude. I came very close to turning it off. And then
That's
I was
good.
just like,
I'm glad that you respond to that viscerally to things and you're not desensitized.
and then
So maybe you should stop watching gore videos.
Well, you know what?
I have.
All of those were people's children at one point.
Yeah, no,
Good.
I have. I've totally stopped watching.
You're off the gore or off the porn?
off the gore, off the porn, off of Instagram. Really, I'm trying to
good.
just. But what I'm trying to draw a line between
posting for purpose and
exactly. It's
scrolling.
hard. It's fucking hard.
I recently permanently deleted my Instagram, so
Stop tapping
it's
the
too
table.
much.
Then how are you going to see all the videos that I'm going to make of this episode? And the videos that
I don't know, dude.
Stop hitting the table.
you're going to want us to just send them to you?
Yeah, we'll send them to him.
I
But you
see
asked me a
Facebook.
question
I see your Facebook reels.
before we finished. Oh,
Okay.
so the clips will be on Facebook too.
All right.
What I did this weekend, and I
Yeah.
posed same question right back at you. Because what I did this weekend is well, first
Change
of all,
diapers.
Yeah, I changed. Oh my God, I had one this morning that was disgusting.
Speak on that.
So I wrapped it all up, and then when I went to put it in the genie, it squirted out all the sides. So my hand came back with shit all over it, dude. It was so the way a diaper genie works is
You wrapped it up wrong.
There's a door that like is spring loaded, so you can and then there's a bag that goes in there. So diaper genies are a great invention. Anyone who has little kids loves the diaper genie because it's a pail.
Today's episode is brought to you by Diaper Genie.
of shitty diapers that doesn't smell because of the contraption the way it is. But there's pressure on the door. So if you try to push it's basically 5 pounds of shit in a 2-pound bag, it'll squirt out the sides. So
Yeah, what's the spring
Of the
supposed to be?
diaper.
It sounds like a bad idea because it's gonna.
well, no, I mean it spring loads so it shuts the door so the smell can't get out.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, so it's like sort of necessary evil. You just got to be aware of it. And maybe I could have, if I was willing to waste another diaper, I probably could have gotten away with it. Which in hindsight, I ended up using a bunch more wipes. So, But, when we had Riley, we had a bunch of cloth diapers. We just couldn't bring ourselves to do it. With the twins, it's been a whole different thing. We've succumbed to all of the stuff that we said other than the diet, I still feed my kids really well.
Awesome.
They eat like shit when they're with their grandparents, but there's nothing we can really do about that.
Give it to God.
Yeah. I see these freaking assholes on the internet saying to sit down with the grandparents and have a conversation about how they feed your child. And it's like, I agree with that sentiment, but far be it for me to fucking sit here and tell my mom how to live her life. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
She earned the right to spoil her grandchildren.
Is she fattening the kids up because she's a witch?
That's, that's one theory.
Yeah. I think it would be, everybody's tapping on the table and it does come through on the microphone and it is horrible.
Maybe we should get a tablecloth. That way, if we do feel like doing it, it wouldn't be so loud.
Perhaps. Or just stop playing the imaginary piano on there. I think it's fun to imagine a world where there are witches and I'm in combat against them.
I don't know. There's something cool about witches, man. But I don't like the whole thing where they'll be like fucking the devil. I don't like that part.
What's your combat? What are you doing? How are you combating these witches?
Just being a positive guy, praying to normal God and not the devil.
I want to meet a witch. I want to see her do spells, but I feel like I'm going to end up being cursed.
Yeah, you need to stay away from witches. I could very easily see you being bewitched and glamored.
Yeah, dude, I could easily just get sucked up by a witch, dude.
Dude, getting dome from a witch.
Oh my God, dude. It's
She's
like
gonna
that
save
ends-
your cum and do stuff with it.
Fuck it. No, I'm just kidding. But what did I do this weekend? I didn't really do much.
You work from home now?
I work from home now, yep.
Man, how do you manage that? Not going crazy?
That's the thing, dude. It's a balancing learning experience because I, for some reason, have been singing throwback songs when I'm working, and I'm just going crazy, dude. I'm like, "Can you meet me halfway?" Right? And I'm just "Oh my God, I'm so in." I just repeat the same lines over and over.
That's nice. That's a good way for me to not think bad thoughts.
Yeah, it's I haven't been singing throwback songs in a long time. Where'd they come from? And I would be talking to the computer who's this guy? Okay, let me call you. I'm going to call this guy now.
Do you have to make a lot of calls?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm calling a bunch of people.
So are they answering the phone and you're in the middle of just being "Oh my God."
No,
And
no,
you're
I walk in.
And you're calling people that just got out of the hospital.
Yeah. They
And you're
just
like,
got
"Hey,
out of
you
the
need to
ER.
follow up, dog."
Yep. And I'm going to keep it real. I do it like a sales call. I
It
get
is a
straight
sales
to the
call.
point.
It is a sales call.
How? What are you trying to sell them?
Healthcare is a business.
Yeah, but you're trying to be like, come back to the ER?
No, you're trying to sell them on follow-up appointments.
Oh.
But
That's the healthcare's fucking genius, is that it's not a business, and it is a business.
For sure.
And the genius behind it all, and this is why I don't pay for insurance, because fuck that, I pay for everything cash like everything else in this world. And this whole like idea, it's like when you go into the airport, and the airport like ceilings are fucking 50 feet tall, and there's all these gates everywhere, and there's this like, or when you go into a courthouse, it's the same way. It's all a fugazi. It's all this vibe. Like, this isn't an actual business. We are the bosses here. And
yeah.
You are our slaves, you know? And it's what as a salesperson in the home services industry, I'm just constantly trying to create that same thing. So that idea that
make it seem like there's not a money motive.
Exactly. This isn't a business. This is just this is a part of your life, and I am the boss. The way that they teach us to sell things is that we are the doctor.
Yeah.
And because when you go to a doctor's
you have your
office,
little joke that you
go to a doctor's office, first thing the doctor's office does to you, they make you sit in a fucking waiting room for an hour, and then they call you back to another room, and then they put you in another waiting room. And then they come in, and someone who's not even the doctor comes in and says, talks to you for a little bit, makes you feel a little bit good, and then says, put you back in your place. Doctor will be here in a little bit.
Yeah.
It's on
You're
their
on his
terms.
schedule.
Everything's on their terms. Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't fucking ask a doctor about prices. You don't shop doctors around, when really, like, why don't we do that?
I mean, I had to.
I will do that.
It took me hours to find a dentist that was supposedly on my insurance. I had to call and talk to them on the phone, and they were like, here's a dentist. I was like, you guarantee this is on my insurance? Go to the dentist, get a thing in the mail, claim denied. Yeah. Call them back. They're like, oh, well, we see that this dentist is actually in network, so we're going to review the claim. They just automatically deny everything.
Yeah.
They're so evil.
And then they'll say things like, oh, well, we found out that your primary care physician isn't, and they're the ones that referred you. So this like blah, blah, blah is the whole blah, blah, blah. I pay for cash for everything now.
You don't have health insurance for anybody?
Nope.
That's badass. You don't get it through your job?
Yeah. So if I got it through the job, it would be $1,200 a month out of my end.
Oh my God.
They would match that $1,200. So it'd be $2,400 for the whole family. And I'd probably still be getting bills. So when I take my kids to the doctor, I pay for cash. I got all 3 kids up to date on all of their paperwork and all of their immunizations and everything. All 3 children was $500, $470.
They also charge you less if you do cash.
Yeah, there's a cash discount.
It's such a scam. It's fucking evil. I hate.
My good friend EB taught me all of this, and now he's very wealthy. So
gold guy.
He lives on fucking Mars. I swear to God.
Seems like a boss.
He is like, I mean, you know, you pay a couple $100 for this. He has a couple kids too. You pay a couple $100 for this. You pay a few $500 for that, and then what's the worst case scenario? You have cardiac situation and you're in the whole $200K. No big deal. Pay the $200K. Like, he literally said those words. You know, like everyone's got $200,000 laying around. But I took that ethos and I was like, well, yeah, worst case, I end up with a $200,000 bill. I have a $200,000 car or a home bill that I pay monthly on, you know, and it's a high interest, as most mortgages are, but it still is like, if something horrible happened, I would pay the bill.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I just would pay it in time.
And insurance to me,
some finance company would get involved and they would make money too. Everybody wins.
Insurance to me is this reverse gambling thing where you're just like betting that something horrible is going to happen.
Yeah.
And you don't get any money back if nothing horrible happens.
Yeah. I mean, I
hate it.
A lot of people make a living off of insurance and all that, but you know, in certain things, it probably won't be long before you will legally be required to have it either. But
they try to do that with Obamacare.
Yeah, I know. But you know, we'll see. But for now, I pay for cash for everything. I get discounts. And if I want, like, I've been wanting to get some ear, nose, and throat work done I think my septum may be deviated.
Yeah, you sound disgusting.
I will call different doctors.
You sound fine.
I've been calling different doctors, and it's actually kind of hard to get the prices over the phone.
Have you considered a witch doctor?
Hello.
You know, maybe I should. Holistic.
This stick up your nose.
I'm into that stuff. Well, no, I'm into Jesus.
We took Mason and Bodie to a
osteopath. That's real.
In New Mexico. And they actually, so my son, one of my sons, I gotta stop using their fucking names.
Why?
I just have a thing.
I'm just gonna steal their identity.
Well, no, I just like the idea of keeping it, you know, anonymous.
You should have a child named Spicy.
Have you noticed that you've never seen a picture of my children's faces posted on any of my social medias?
No, that's
I
great.
get it.
Me and the wife won't.
I
The
get it.
grandmothers have. That's another thing. You can't stop the. But I did ask. It stopped, I think. But at the same time, that's their choice. It's fine. But I've never done it. And
You don't want people doing weird stuff with pictures of your kids.
I just
Nowadays,
don't have their
dude.
permission. That's all it is for
Oh,
me.
yeah.
I don't have.
They don't
kids-
consent.
They don't know what it is. And once they're old enough, I believe, to understand what it is, I'll ask their permission if they want to do it. It's a shame too, because I do have some footage on my phone that is just amazing. I could make a beautiful video with my kids. I just, don't want to share it
Yeah.
because there's so much fucking sickos. But
Yeah, that reminds me.
You're gonna make a deep fake of your baby.
I wanted to.
I've been done. I've heard.
I wanted to start a YouTube channel when I was like 12, and my dad was like, the only thing is like you guys have to wear sunglasses. You guys have a disguise and don't use your real name.
like the Karl Marx or the Marx Brothers thing with the glasses that have the nose and the mustache on it.
So I wore aviators, a snapback, and a fake mustache, and I think my name was Thomas.
I had a YouTube video I made when I was like 14. Got 50,000 views.
Really?
Yeah.
Mine did not pop off like that. What was it about?
It was
Gaming?
me rapping over Kids by MGMT, and then later Chitty Bang stole my idea and made a huge hit.
What a cruel, unfair world we live in.
It's all right.
Life is good, man.
Life
is
is
so good, man.
I said, like lifting weights, I'm building lyrical muscle. Still staying on my grind every day on my hustle. It was bad.
I can't stop drinking alcohol.
Thank you.
Life
Bars.
is good, Victor, and I want everyone that's listening to remember that.
Remember, dude.
Stay prayed up. Look out for witches.
And just, be grateful.
They're among us.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
Goodbye.
I'm loose.